Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Monos on a Mo Day. Use that, but I can get we in WARship mode right at this moment. Full fledged ahead. Let me check my sound because I'm a one woman band. Let me check my sound. My mic sounds nice. Check one. Shout out to StreamYards for making that possible so I don't have to be stressing. Okay, so we gonna wait. What? Kay, what's up? What's up? What's up? Girl, I did some things in inspiration of you. I'm in the words of Jeff. I'm waiting for this video to finish rendering. I'm waiting for it to finish rendering. Hey, shout out to all the people out here who like to share the video. Share the video, thumbs it up. We's about to get it on and popping. Yeah, I'm late. But at the end of the day, we're not waiting 6 hours for it to render. I'm learning so much on this YouTube. Oh, my baby's ready. Oops, my baby's ready. Let me just wait and see if I could get my 9 people out here. But one person is no longer with us. So all I really gotta wait is for 8 people. Anyway, how's your Monday going? How's your Monday going? Today's title. The trailer was jiggy. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So while we waiting for that, let's get you into some Momo mood. Let's remind you where you at, because something forget where they at. So let us do this thing. Let us do this thing. We're gonna do a video. Oh, I be forgetting. I be having it all queued up and I can't use it like that. All right. Sorry for that. I so messed up. Hold up. But we got her right here. Let's go.
Here we go. Welcome to the show, Monica Mo, justice in the mix. Bring your truth with no tricks. Mama Mo, here we go. Welcome to the show, Monica Mo, justice in the mix. Bring your truth with no tricks. Saturday's our day to shine. Focus on books and storylines. Courtroom drama commentary. Keeping it real, never scary. Mo justice dropping wisdom. Weekend vibes, you can't miss them. Open your mind, let the truth be told. From the cases big to the bold. Deep dive into legal scenes. Breaking down what justice means. Analyzing every clue we find. No stone left unturned, no mind left blind.
Turning over every stone. That's just the way it is. Anyway, let me work a little harder for it. Sometimes you gotta work harder, not you know how that goes. Let me go to my channel for a moment. Oh, this is so interesting. So interesting. From time to time, hold up, because it's bad when you're a one-woman show, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They be acting like this stuff be coming through they be getting notifications on this stuff. All right. Well, what's up? What's up? Miss, you a star in my presentation for today. In the words of Miss Coleman, thanks for coming over. Thanks for coming over. All right, let me get the second video up here in my queue so that we could start this. Is this the one? Stuffing. Hold up. I gotta go make sure this the video. Hold up before I put it in the queue. I didn't even look to see what my product produced. Hold up. How do you do something so messy like that, Momo? All right. It says 132. So this is definitely gonna be that one. Let me just look at it and see what it looks like first. Hold up. Do 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 do. Oh, I didn't take off that end cap, but that's okay. All right, that's okay. All right, that's okay. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I'm not sure if it did everything I wanted it to do. Hold up. All right. Well, if it doesn't at the end, I apologize, but we'll see. I'll be surprised at the end. It says 132. It was 130 something. All right, that's it. I was sharing you out when you said something. Oh, I said you the star. You one of the stars in my conversation today. That's what I said. That's what I said, young lady. Even though you were old timer. Man, I just remember way back when. Okay, so let me just first do some minor administrative work here. We call this housekeeping. Let's do some minor housekeeping. Listen, nobody is forcing anybody to be here. Oh, before I say that, thanks for your view. I appreciate it. If it's now or later, I appreciate it. But let me just say this. Nobody's forcing anyone to be here. So y'all can rest your pros aside. Don't need folks me trying to tag on camera. You know she's my bestie. She's the only thing that's been consistent in a long time. But it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. All right. So we're going to come over here and we're going to get, and let me first, hold up. I forgot a few things. Let me make sure that I copy the link and I post it inside the chat just in case somebody wants to come up here and assist the commentary because there's a few things I don't know, but at this point, I really don't care. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm not even trying to be funky about it. I'm gonna put me back on. Oh no, I'm gonna go back to this one. That one's scary. Okay, let me go back and find the new video, and then we'll be up. We'll be up and so we'll be done with this. I think it's this one. That's so bad. Oh, hold up. Let me just make sure one more thing. How am I know if it's that one? Hold up. Sorry, I went live before it finished. Oh yeah, it's that one. We're gonna go with this one anyway. That's what's up. But just don't come in here antagonizing her. And then let me just take care of a few more housekeeping things. If you're not familiar with my channel, I get it. At the end of the day, you can sit around in dark spaces on black screens and try to paint a narrative of who I am. It's not going to change the fact that people have been around me for 8 years, so they know how I get down. They've come through there and they've warned you not to start with me. They've asked you nicely. Yo, don't even mess with her because this is what she be looking for. right? That's the narrative they sold you. And that's the narrative that you wanted to ignore.
I just gotta
At,
say this. I turned my chat off.
at the end of the day, I am not an antagonistic person. I'm not gonna come out here and pick on anybody. I'm too grown for it, and it doesn't make any sense. However, I will come out here and show inconsistencies in the approach to hope that I'm able to have us all begin, because this is the purpose of my channel. See, I don't have an unspoken purpose, I have a real purpose. The purpose of my channel, and you can go back and listen to me say this endless times, was for us to review some content. It was supposed to be written content, starting from the same information, and then everyone have a discussion. Buffering. All right. The most important part is that we were supposed to sit down, read a book, come back, and have an open discussion about it. We were supposed to look at movies, go watch them, come back, have an open discussion about it. Today, I'm bringing you a film by du jour, Monica Mo Justice. Remember what I said. If you don't like the way your character is depicting my story, change the way your character behaves, and then I might change my narrative in the story. What is this? Let me see. Can I use this one? Oh, can I use that one? Let's see how that looks. All right, let's remove Karen from the screen. Oh no, we can't use that one. So we got to go back to, was we at this one? We got to go back to this one. All right, here we go. Without further delay, because, you know, a chicken got all this time, and I think this video is about an hour. I'm just mad because I couldn't see how the end ended. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. I'm going to be disappointed, but let's go. So, in the wee hours of the morning, let me just give you some background. The wee hours of the morning, somebody went live. Not just somebody. The cult community leader went live to try to persuade one of her fellow members that they was going down the wrong path. This is what I mean when I'm showing you a behavior that's persistent. This was crazy. So let's go.
Saw another content creator doing it. I'm gonna turn my chat off because I don't run anybody.
Okay, who's the content creator that you saw turn off their chat so that they can only be the only person on there without any distractions? You see, this copycat mentality is crazy out here, but it's an approach that works. Are you turning off the chat because you just didn't want to speak to the same people? Are you turning off the chat because you want to protect some of them blue people, them smurfing, some of those people that are smurfing today that wasn't smurfing yesterday? Are you trying to protect them? What you should do, and what all grown folks should do, when two people are having a disagreement, you should allow them to work it out for themselves. They don't need the extra chatter.
I really just want to something. Listen. So I was listening to Von's live as I was falling asleep. It's one of those days. Sometimes you could turn your brain off and sometimes you can't. At least sometimes I can't. And it's usually when I'm triggered by something.
And trigger that you created. I do that because I don't have a following. Just fans. Those don't hold any weight. However, you can pay to play. Okay, point well taken. This person chose to do it so that they can be able to focus on their target. They are now. This is the type of behavior that happens the cult leader, and you want to make sure that you have a focused conversation to your subject.
Just, or like overly stimulated, right?
How can you be overly stimulated at this time of the morning? Take your ass to bed.
Y'all
This
gotta
what happens when you don't got a good penis next to you. You're overstimulated by the stuff going on the inner space, the digital space. You're trying to catch the birds that got away.
hear this. And I'm wondering if I'm hearing this the right way. I heard total manipulation.
Okay, and just for the record, I know that some of the characters come from a town I'm familiar with, and some of the characters in this do not. But since some of them came from where I'm familiar with, it's why I'm doing commentary on it. Because some people would be like, this is about my community and what we got going on, and y'all inserted yourselves in it. Well, since some of the peoples that came from my community is there, that's where I found myself at.
Total gaslighting, total cult behavior.
Coming from the cult community leader.
From John Frank.
Takes one to know one.
And Miss Tawana. And I got to play it on my channel so people can hear it. I have to.
Me too. I have to play it on my channel so people can hear it. I have to.
Before she privates this live.
Before they private this live. But guess what? I'm one step ahead of it.
Hold on.
Look at that light. Look at that light. Hold on. Oh, this is one of those pauses. Oh, God. Can you please get us over this pause? Oh, hold on. Hold on. I got to make sure I'm stealing the stuff correctly, that I've stolen it. Please wait while I'm running around here trying to get it together in the middle of the wee hours of the morning. When I want to confuse people with talking about some things that they probably shouldn't be talking about. When I want to defend some people that I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm
my chat is off.
Oh.
I need to.
I think that was a manipulative tactic right there. The chat wasn't off. Well, the chat probably was off because she had to do it because her psyche wouldn't let her deal with if people didn't write in the chat based on what she was saying. So in order to manipulate the mass production that's in replay mode, right, you turn off the chat so that you can't hear commentary that says there's only 2 or 3 people writing inside the chat. That's what you probably do to other people. And now you don't want it done to you, or you don't want the people, the chatters, to become part of somebody else's content. Let me see what we got going on about them. Man came this week. I appreciate your damn I'm around when it's going down. That's all I had to say. Just send me a link so I could be around when it's going down. All right, here we go. Here we go. And I appreciate the respect.
I need to play this. I think, Miss Tawana, when you hear this, I might put your name in the title. When you hear this,
Unless your name is Wow, it didn't get to the title yet.
I want you to know you got to be one of the sickest bitches,
Ooh,
most manipulative, gaslighting, weird ass bitches on the planet.
pause. Is this the cat? Is this the kettle calling something dormant? I know somebody's up here calling shit. What is it? Charcoal? What is this? The kettle calling something black? The tangle web we weave when we practice how to deceive. This is crazy to me. Hope y'all could heard me over that stuff because I think I got better from yesterday. Sir, have a seat in the lounge. You know what's going down around here. Yeah, I don't know because isn't the pot been calling something tar baby or something lately? Yo, hit the like before y'all take a hike. Notice she got 70 likes on this video. Somewhere down the video there was like 72, and then all of a sudden the people took away their likes. It's crazy. They took away their likes as they took a hike. I'm just pointing some things out. And if you look in the lower right left hand corner, you will see my person. She's there. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I said it. You should be ashamed of yourself.
And you shouldn't.
Ashamed of yourself, the way that you talk. Oh my God. I gotta play. And John, we already know that the weirdo beaver or
Man, she done went from a beaver. Oh wow, the weird.
whatever you supposed to be.
Yeah, what is it? You can't pick your rodents. It's hard when you got somebody else's tongue in your mouth. See, if you was an originalist, then you wouldn't have this problem. See, the thing about the cemeterians, right? When they pick a name for you, they stick with it. They ride it out. They don't have no problem because they're not trying to regurgitate somebody else's sentiment. This is coming from their heart. They sharing with you their experience. That's the problem around here. You're too busy trying to incorporate somebody else's hurt, pain, and struggle into your day-to-day experience. You're trying to be like an empath on some stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you.
Keep on saying beaver. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Hey, what's
Pause
up?
a minute. You know I gotta get through this, sir.
I was gonna do this commentary, but you was live and somebody else was live. That's why I was like, damn, I'm just gonna wait for y'all to be over but I didn't know you was gonna do the same commentary. So I was like, I only seen like 3, 4 minutes, so I just want
You
to get
want to
through like
ride?
4 minutes. Yeah, just give me like 10 minutes of her video, and I'm good. But this
All
one
right.
part, going off what
What?
you played yesterday, this is one of my commentaries. She said that he is, I'm gonna say coochie or vagina. Remember yesterday she referred to Carboy as vagina.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
right now you're gonna hear her using his reads. He calls me Gopher, and now you're gonna hear her in a second call Gears PMB, and then she's gonna call him Whoopi at the same time, which Michi was saying that's her read on him. So now she's playing on all the people from J4K that have been traumatized by J4K. She's using their reads on us. Mind you, he's pussy. So if you're using his reads and he's pussy, what does that make you? That's all I want to know. What does that make you if you got to use somebody's reads that you don't acknowledge that they're coochie in every aspect and you know this? You know what I'm saying? Forget the commentary, forget the YouTube answer. You know deep down inside that this person is this. You feel me? So what does that make you if you got to use their flow? That's all I'm trying to get with my point across with that. And I'm gonna hit mute. Go ahead, Mo.
Well, let me let's put a pin in this woman for a minute, but let's shift our attention slightly to the relationships that we have around this community, right? I'm gonna be respectful right now, and I'm gonna call it the J4K community, but I'm calling it the cemetery. One
This is
of
your
the
platform. I
narratives,
know. Yeah, that don't bother me.
one of the narratives that they're trying to put out here is like how people make up, remake up. They have a fight, they spat, they remake up, they come on lives together just like you're here right now, and people trying to insert themselves and stuff and reunite it because it feels so good. What's your take on that narrative?
Everybody does it, including them. They're doing it right now as we speak. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't like each other. They like each other. They pick each other up when the other person is beefing with them that they were just cool with. Like, I'll give you an example. Uh, when Vaughn was cool with Too Strong, she tried to break them up. You know what I'm saying? And now that Vaughn has officially decided to be cool with Too Strong, now she don't like Vaughn. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it's all like in an opportunist way. It's like all with motive. Like I don't really like you. I just don't like you being friends with that person. And I don't like this person to the point that I will stop your friendship from succeeding, but they'll make up the same way they do the same thing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll make up just the opposite way. Like if you're gonna be friends with her, I'll take you back as long as you won't become friends with her because I really don't like that person more than I dislike you. You get me? So
I get you. I get you on their experience, but I want to bring us to our experience, right? And you correct me if I'm wrong, right? Since we did that platform where it was you, me, Joy, Gears, and Hot got up there, right? Has anything resumed the way it was in our relationship in 2021?
like as everything's still the same the way it was before we had
Yeah.
that live. Yeah, it's
Before
casual.
it, it- yes, but the relationship
It,
has not went back to where it was before the conflict came in. Is that not correct? There's no
Yeah,
personal
yeah,
phone
yeah. No,
calls
I
between
understand what
you
you're
and
saying.
I.
No, that's why I said casual. Yeah, it's just casual. It's just you see how I
It's been
stop by, no more, no
it's been
less. What you see, what everybody sees is what you're gonna see. That's where it's at. Like you know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna see it at the same time. You know, that's all.
okay. So
Nobody's behind the scenes like, hey, we friends again or getting deep. It just is what it is. Everybody here for content. If we agree on if we have a common interest on the content, why not? That's how I look at it. If we feel the same way about the content that you're doing, why not? It makes sense. It's like finding common ground. So we might not agree on everything, so I might not come, but wherever I see we can find common ground at, I'll probably take that. You know what I'm saying?
Understood. I'm just trying to get out of the narrative that's being painted to show people the reality about being grown-ups. When you're grown-ups, how you manage conflict in life. Because on this YouTube, there have been people who manage conflict in life and end people's lives. We've seen that recently also. Like, we know that exists. We didn't know that it really existed until I seen the Vegas thing. I don't know if you saw the Vegas thing, but I seen the Vegas thing. And I understand how that spiraled out of control.
I still
So
don't understand the biggest thing. I don't
I'll
even
do a
know what's
video
the
on
thing.
it.
Yeah.
I'll do a video on it because that's a separate, but that is a consequence of the beef. That's a different that's a different monster, but I'll deal with it. I'll do a separate live on that. All right, let's go back to the wee hours of the morning when somebody had to cut off her chat so she can tell some other people that they're gaslighting somebody who is detaching from her, who is not wanting to be part of her cult community.
Hold on.
Damn, if I knew she was gonna, she takes a lot of
Okay.
breaks. Ugh.
Yo, I have to watch her on 2.0 because she is
Okay.
so, even on 2.0, she's still at normal volume for me, unless she's playing something.
Look, Vaughn, wait. Vaughn, her current narrative is that you're weaponizing J4K. But look, when she's ready to squash it with you, or she's mad at us, J4K is weaponizing. Watch it switch. It ain't switched yet, but right now it's Vaughn weaponizing J4K. So wait until next week when she switches it around, because it's never consistent. And to be honest with you, Vaughn, I can.
Vaughn started talking about forgiveness, right? No, listen.
Okay, who was Vaughn forgiving?
Um, I don't know, maybe Blue, or
Okay,
just forgiveness in general. Maybe she just wants to give forgiveness without having to be friends with some, like what we were just talking about. She wants to like forgive these people, but she doesn't want to continue a friendship with them. But she's indecisive, so she might still want to continue a friendship with them. She just don't want to be played by them.
so
It's a sticky situation.
how I'm seeing it from an outsider looking in, I'm seeing somebody on their spiritual journey, right? And I always say this because this is something I believe, right? When you start to transition into your spiritual you, right? You have to leave behind some relationships that you had in the past. And I always sing this little song. My friends think that I'm not the same because I just don't act the same. That's what's happening here. You're seeing somebody transition on their spiritual path, and sometimes you have to let certain people go. You have to grow in that path the way that you grow in it. Forgiveness is part of that journey. But everybody don't get forgiven. Some people you hand them over to be handled because the situation is much bigger than you. So you pray on it and you hand it over to the high to whatever your higher authority is for them to handle it and make peace in your dwelling. And that's what I see happening when I'm watching her struggle. I'm gonna continue.
I got to get
I
this
agree
out
with you.
because
You agree? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
see, tomorrow I might not even, like, when I wake up in the morning, my head might not even be on this shit at all.
Won't we all be lucky if that happens?
Because these people are sick in the fucking head.
And so are you. If they're sick, then what are you?
Like, you call me a cult leader?
Yes, ma'am. I call you the cult community leader. Let's get it together. That's exactly what I call you.
You call me a fucking cult leader, bitch? Oh, we about to listen to this. We about
Damn, it sounds like a few more people are calling you a cult community leader. It wasn't just me. I wonder why.
to listen to this. The manipulation, the forceful, like you basically sat on a motherfucking live stream and damn near changed this stupid bitch's mind in front of us.
Who's a stupid bitch? Are you trying to reach somebody and you gonna call them a stupid bitch?
Yeah, exactly. This is my point. Like, if you just listen to her, she says how the fuck she feels about you. Really, like, you just gotta listen. Like, she can't even hide it
Wow,
when she's mad. And
that's
you know what's so
weird.
funny? They've been trying to game this girl wrong so fucking bad, like telling her this, and that, and been misleading her, right? So when you tell her this is the person that misleads people, and they finally let her around me, I'm just trying to give a game. The game ain't to be taught. But when you see somebody getting they fucking strings pulled too much, you kind of want to give them game, like just so. And all I want to do is give her perception so she could see past you and people like you. That's it. I'm not trying to guide her because if I wanted to guide her, I could be treacherous like y'all was being treacherous. But doing
I
the same
don't
thing that
feel
y'all
so
did would just push her away, though. You understand? Like if I did the same, if I came in with the same mentality that they came in trying to use this girl, when she found out, it would only add to the, you know what I'm saying, the shit she already went through with the last people. So the only thing you could do with her is keep it real. Because if we start acting like you, it's just gonna remind her of the shit that she left y'all for. You understand? So you have to come at her with a different approach. Like, nah, just you know what I'm saying? And you're trying to game her, and that's not right.
mm. Um it's interesting.
They
That's all I have
Mo,
to
they
say.
know she's impressionable. They know that that girl's impressionable right now. You know what I'm saying? So you know when some people come with the facade of they're intelligent and they're good, like that's what UP comes with, but she don't have nothing behind it that backs up the talk. To me, it's just talk. Like somebody can articulate themselves. It don't mean they're accomplished. It don't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just a facade.
I believe this young lady is capable of making her own decision and figuring out what I think she's capable. See, when you're a mom, your intuition kicks in. I think she's capable of not being manipulated by any parties. Even if you go in, John Frank, and you go in to give her your good experience, right?
Yeah.
It is just your opinion at that moment that she will take under advisement and use it as she deems appropriate. That's all any of us can do when we're giving somebody else some advice.
But also, it's where you're coming from. I'm not coming from a bad place. Like when they're telling her they're doing it to turn people against people. I'm not trying to turn it against UP. I could care less if she was friends with UP. I just would be upset with her if she allowed herself to get played the same way over and over. The same way. Maybe if it was a different way, but when you get played the same fucking way, after a while, it's just annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, wow. I think it's
Well,
more offensive when it's the same rather than something different. And maybe I'm still wrong.
so y'all just gonna come up here to tell this woman. Go ahead, Miss
Who's
Tawana.
there? Oh, Mr. Wonder there. I can't see her because the comment. What up, Misty?
Like she was on a whole nother.
Hey.
Go ahead, Miss Tawana, before I go back into her her
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're
and
playing this, Mo.
before I continue with this narrative that the cult community leader is trying to put out here.
Yes. Yes. And what I wanted to say real quick with where you and John, I can follow along too. I got time. Is that, and I just wanted to say, I don't think that Bonds can't handle herself. And I don't think that Bond is green in that aspect. What it is, I feel, is that she got herself involved in something too deep and not really knowing what she was getting herself involved in. and now they're jumping her and they're creating a narrative around her, and she don't know how to navigate that as well with the new path that she's trying to follow. That's why I'm jumping in. I don't think that Vaughn cannot handle herself. I just think that she comfortable with these people on YouTube. This the life she been doing on YouTube, and it's what she familiar with. So it's kind of hard breaking away from what you're used to and going into something new. And I'm just trying to navigate her in that aspect because I don't think that she's seeing things she I believe that she is seeing things as clearly, but I think that UP and them are masterful in changing her words and frustrating her through this. So
I
that's
feel
all.
like she's trying to handle this in a better way. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the way she used to handle things, because I feel like she could just get up there and talk her mess if she wanted to. Like she could hang. You know what I'm saying? But she's trying to handle shit in a new way, but within the realm of what she's doing. It's
Yeah,
like she's in a battle within herself. Like, do I go to the old me and curse the bitch out, or do I do this new stuff that I'm learning and implement it and figure out this new style moving forward, like with the
All
growth.
right. But the best of them, right, who have been on here telling you that they praise the Lord 10,000 strong, right, have also been on here, same community, right? Because I only can talk about the people I've seen in the community I've been familiar with, right? Do y'all need me to drop a name on it? But
no,
No,
they'll tell you that they laid down their sword and took on having to defend themselves up here.
yeah, but everyone's an
So
individual.
hold up. You might do need to get that name, Mo, because I got a couple of people names. At first, I thought you was trying to be polite on
yep.
face, but I think that you went a little further than that.
No, I went to the living. I don't mess with the deceased. I went to the living.
Okay.
If you still here and you done said some craziness, I'm still gonna be here for you. But I've heard people say on here, right?
Mhm.
Same community, not extending to nobody else's community, because I never went with the merge. I'm still here where I came from. I've heard people say, I laid down my sword and then I came out here fighting. And we was looking all in the Bible for it, and they tried to take verse and make verse match action. So when I see Vaughn on this in this journey, I'm saying to myself, Lord, let her continue with the people outside of the algorithm to give her the word. Because the people inside this algorithm made me myself have to purchase a study Bible to deal with their inconsistent statements of what the Bible says. Notice they don't come around me too often with that, because I go grab that little teaching Bible. I'll be like, well, what you said that scripture's supposed to mean?
And that's true too, Mo. I just don't even like talking about the Bible, period. Unless I'm talking about, unless I'm dealing with non-professing, and I just don't like YouTube Bibleism. I just really, really don't. I won't study the Bible.
And she's always said that. She told me that years ago. Like when people like she always told me I don't play with the Bible and the I don't like doing that. So that's not something new. She always stood by that.
We was even part of UP them, and we was the people was talking about just discussing it on YouTube just to have a discussion, and I was like, no, because I mean, I am not a I don't know every scripture in the Bible. I'm very careful about who teaches me something sacred, and I kind of hold it to myself to those that I do trust. And I'm not taking that against nobody, but I don't know your religion and what your beliefs and practices really are. So I just don't play with it. That's just
Well,
opinion.
we know that you said something to that effect in your commentary with her as well. So we'll get to it. Here we go with this lady.
Motherfucking path. And with your oh my God. Hold on. I gotta get to the timestamp. I got to. So just like, oh, okay, we apologize. But see, let me tell y'all something. I recognize. Listen to this.
We listening. Everybody put on your good ears.
Listen to this.
Put on your glasses so you can
And like
hear.
I told UP, okay, y'all was all talking. UP even UP can't. She's not accountable for shit. I'm like UP, okay, you was talking shit. Y'all was talking about us. No, I was not talking about you, Vaughn. It was too strong. It was. She could never just say yes, Vaughn. I mean, y'all were friends. Y'all was cool. It couldn't have just been if too strong said something about me. So you was because she felt comfortable. Y'all didn't know me. Y'all been knowing each other for 5 years. You think I'm stupid like that?
Yeah, and even with that, you can see where UP is constantly lying, like Sakina. I ain't talking to Sakina.
Now listen to this. Listen to this.
Okay. Are we going to listen to it or are you going to try to tell us what it means? Let's see which one she does.
This woman puts a whole fucking narrative like she knows me, like she's been in communication with me, like she's a part of any behind the scenes, anything with me.
No, she knows of you and she knows of your spirit because this is the pattern of behavior that you keep trying to tell us to look for in other people, but forget that we got to look at you first. We start with the man in the mirror first. We're starting with you as being the source. You're only telling us to be careful of the behaviors that you yourself engage in.
Miss Tawana, listen, ma'am, y'all gotta listen to the manipulation in this damn live stream.
Pause. I'm gonna need Nunya to get out of my mouth. All right, Nunya, please get out of my head, spirit, thoughts, whatever. I'm gonna need you not to say the same thing.
I can't even believe.
Is she joking? What's this moving so slow for? Sakina, tell them they've been on the phone all the time.
Vaughn said this, Vaughn said that, and it's like UP. I read when I was tight with Mika, I talked to Mika more than I talked to anybody. I talked to Bell more than I talked to Truth is. I'm gonna say that. I did talk to them morning, noon, and night. You know, I told y'all to schedule it. Somebody asked me somebody at night, but I really didn't.
That on her motherfucking panel, and you lied. You stupid ass bitch. You lied. You said I talk to Sakina all the time. I had one motherfucking conversation with Sakina. You lying ass bitch.
And
you
bitch, you said you ain't never talked to her.
I just don't understand how you gonna try to make somebody understand, like how you try to reach somebody and you just gonna be cussing them out at the same time. Like I just can't. It's the browbeating and the torture for me.
know you
Yeah.
lying. You know you lying. Bitch, you say I be
And we know you being a bully right now. See, this is that passive aggressive behavior that one engages in when they are the community leader. That's all this is.
talking to JJ behind the scenes. I don't fucking talk to no goddamn JJ.
We all know that we know why you don't. Hey, girl, I ain't mad at you for that. That's a very smart move. And do not let my cousin give you any three-way call with him. Stand your ground there. Stand your ground. Cause girl, when Mad Day is coming, you don't want to hear that you had one conversation with him. Stand your ground.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? But listen,
You. That's what's wrong with her. You're interfering with her journey. Let her go. Ain't that sound familiar? I'm only going by a title. Let her go. Let her go. She the one that got away. Why do you need her? Let her go. Let her go experience her experience.
listen. Juan just told you right then and there. She don't talk to me like that. She wasn't talking to me all the time, bitch. But listen to what you say. Listen to what you say. Every fucking thing that she said that was damn near trying to lead towards the truth, you pushed her in the whole other motherfucking direction. And I'm a Decepticon. I'm a liar. I'm a motherfucking brainwasher. Listen to your ass, ma'am. And I know I keep on stopping this because I couldn't believe it. When I was listening to this shit, I couldn't believe the verbal manipulation.
Neither can we. And listening to you right now, we can't believe the verbal manipulation. We really can't. At least I
Real
can't.
fast.
Mind blowing.
Mind blowing.
You was telling that girl not to be friends with people, who she could hang out with, where she should and shouldn't fucking go. And this bitch say, I'm controlling her.
I
You
surely
say,
am.
I'm controlling.
Well, look, I surely did say that to her because I'm one who not one to want to see somebody keep on going through abuse and abuse over again. If she feel like y'all are treating her bad and did shit to her, she need to leave y'all the hell alone because y'all done already proved based on your actions you're not shit of a friend. All three of you, Bam and Blue. Let's make that very clear. She needs
Okay,
to
so
leave y'all the fuck alone.
for the record, Mo, I don't know nobody named Blue. So this is a whole new, and I don't want to know the person. This is a whole new character for me that I'm not familiar with. So understood, taking your point because you've been there. We're gonna move on.
You told this girl that she shouldn't even do religious or gospel or spiritual shit on her channel because her channel won't grow fast enough.
That's not what I said.
Well, we are gonna hear what you said, but you wanna before we get to that point,
No,
like
I was just telling her that she could do religious material on her. But what I noticed about YouTube in these areas that if you're doing positive stuff, you got to be vigilant and stay onto it because it's going to grow a lot slower than other topics. That's all I told her.
was you saying that from a position of saying like if you a baby in Christ, right?
Hmm.
Because I'm trying to figure I'm trying to get a better understanding of your rationale for
Yeah.
sharing the advice to her, right?
My rationale is that was on her based on the community she coming from in Aurora. If she feel by herself and she felt like her channel was not growing or she not getting what she need, the attention of rah that she used to with Bam them, even with doing her church stuff, she got a good personality. She speak well, and she have a lot of good content. And maybe she can use her channel and create another channel for her as well. She could be church night on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but on another 2 nights, you may want to do something else and build your channel. And you could do it. It's all can be positive. I was just giving her a variety of things to do to get out of the negativity.
All right, let's see how that evolved.
Change it to something else. Are you fucking kidding me? And you black ass cricket bitch, you say, I'm trying to control you?
Wow, black ass cricket bitch.
Interesting.
Let's listen. Girl.
Me and UP started back talking. The way, like I said, I talked to her once in the morning, so it's like, oh, okay, UP, we apologize. But see, let me tell y'all something. I recognize that you can forgive people, but you ain't gotta be friends with them. You know what I'm like?
Right.
So, Mr. Money, me and you ain't gotta ever talk on the phone. John Frank ain't never gotta talk to me on the phone. Y'all get what I'm saying? It's like I get it, but I know how I look just as crazy. Well, why they did all this to you? They did lied on you. Why would you want to be back cool with them? Because I really like them as content creators and as people, because they cool people. But all this extra shit is some bullshit.
Listen.
But Vaughn, you gotta be. But the thing is that
listen. Vaughn said I really like them. In real life,
She probably really does, and she's disappointed with what has happened. That happens to a lot of us. A lot of us, I know for myself, I love me some people. And there are moments when people disappoint you. That's part of life. That's adulting.
like they some cool people. But all this extra shit is bullshit. Listen to how Mr. Wanda comes in with her manipulative ass. She don't know me from a motherfucking can of paint, bitch.
No, but we know of you. You got that, in the words of Karen, that aura. We know what that is. Okay. That's all that's about. This sometimes experience will have you share something, but the critical point is, how are you sharing it? Are you intimidating the subject, or are you making matters worse? So sometimes, you got to fall back on your advice, but let's see what happens here, because if it was bad advice, I think she'll let us know. Let's see what her opinion is of it.
You watching motherfucking YouTube videos. You watching YouTube content, bitch. You don't know me in real fucking life, ho.
We're not trying to know you in real effing life. We're knowing the person that's on this platform. These relationships are platform contingent. You don't have to take any relationship off of this platform. And most successful content creators don't. They don't even engage with the chat. A lesson I always heard and learned from Logic. Where is it, Logic Nation? I just want to shout out Karen, because I know right now it's tough.
I know.
But this is what it is. You don't have to take any relationship off of this platform. You can leave everybody on the platform. And if you know what I know, you'd leave everybody on the platform. Period. If this is what you want, you have to determine if this is a business approach for you, or if this is your extended friendships.
You said that you like them, but you got to recalibrate and think different. They're not who I did like them.
She said you can say that you like her, but you have to recalibrate, bitch. And you got to think different.
Yeah.
This bitch want to tell you how to fucking think.
No, she wants to tell her not how to think, but there's another way, there's another approach. You understand? This is when you have to separate your personal relationship from your professional relationship, and you have to decide what category to put people in and then act accordingly. So if she wants to have relationships with folks out here, then she has to put herself in that place, continue as she is. But if she's wanting to detach from things, you have to change some of the things around you. So it all depends on what she wants to do. Let's see if people are forcing her to do it their way, or are you trying to you, the community leader, are you trying to force her to do it your way? Is that what the problem is here?
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, we're not fucking kidding you. We're just listening to you. Are you fucking kidding us?
And you
And then the person, and you gonna say, you saying this, bitch, and then you gonna call the person you talking to a bitch. You gonna have to pull out that foster care manual and remember how to, handle the person with the kid gloves that you want to have the outcome from. This is just crazy. This why you was up in the middle of the night upset about it.
to think different. Baby, let's keep listening. Let's keep listening.
But they're not who I thought they were.
Right.
They're not who you thought they were, honestly. Because if you would have thought that all this shit was going to happen, you wouldn't have never fucked with them. It's who they are. You
gotta
just
say
pick and
that.
choose, man. You know?
Now, from a personal perspective, sometimes you need everyone's put in your path for a reason. You need these experiences. What don't kill you will definitely make you stronger.
The man in the mirror, they can't hold back no more. They didn't try. They held off. It took you a couple of years to see who they are. But when somebody show you who they are, you got to start believing them.
How many times y'all done made up and fell out with Lovely? Shit, back in the day, how many times y'all done made up and fell? Mr. Wanda, I heard you used to be cool with Bam.
Okay, let's take the first one. How many times was you on this video on this stream telling us that this woman was up here doing certain things in front of her front yard with her private part? And then you come in and greet her as she's the queen of receipt. If people are not out here, not people, but the cult community leader wasn't out here trying to brain fuck people, I don't know who else is. Miss Tawana, this part is for you.
Girl. John Frank was just dragging Momo. Now y'all kissing her ass.
So I think I took that on.
Shit,
I
I was
don't
on
think.
mute the whole time. I'm sorry. I thought I was just black. I was wondering why you wasn't saying that.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, be honest. The reason why me and Lovely never fell out. Lovely has never done anything to me. Lovely has done stuff to other people. And Lovely knows me and her relationship is, if I don't like what the fuck you're doing, I'm going to stay away from you. I'm going to leave your chat and let you act silly. And I do that with not Lovely. I do that with anybody on YouTube. I don't go in their chat when I don't agree with them. So it is what it is with Lovely. So that's the difference in me and you. And when it come to Bam, me and Bam have never been in back chats or anywhere else together. Everything that I viewed of Bam when I had her on her panel doing 21 questions, when she was begging me to save her with the J4K community from her bullshit, I did it just as YouTube content. I didn't do anything special. What it shows is that I helped your bitch out when she needed help. So don't get it twisted. Me and Bam never been friends. And I've always felt the same way I feel about Bam today. It didn't just show up because you showed up. Okay. No.
And I took on the conversation with John Frank when he was up here. But I think we didn't get into specifics about the issue that she wants to continue to bring home. Something that wasn't said when John Frank was up here, but it's the way it is. There was a very good relationship with Mo and John Frank that doesn't exist anymore. And I'm gonna use my own word. It's unfortunate, but that's the consequence of issues that happen. So that's just where it was.
You fall out and you get back cool with people every fucking day in your sector. Are you fucking
You fall out and you get back cool with everybody in the sector. We're coexisting. We learned that terminology a long time ago.
kidding me? Now, I'm saying this. I'll never be cool with Vaughn again.
There were some people, I have to do a pause. There was someone, John Frank alludes to this a lot. Shame on you if you screw me over the first time. It's shame on me every time thereafter when you screw me over.
Absolutely.
And I've been put in that situation several times on this YouTube, dealing with people that are not stable in their own processes. I've had to deal with that several times on here. You want to chime in on the
No, the last thing I heard her say was, shoot, I forgot. She said something.
Yeah, she just revisited trying to talk about other people who have fallen out, gotten back together, and you've already spoken on examples of when they fell out over there in their community and got back together. What I did say that I didn't say earlier, and I don't know if you heard this part, I said that we had, you and myself, John, had a different relationship in 2021 that does not exist today, that's never been rekindled, brought back, or whatever. And I said, it's an unfortunate thing to have good bonds with people and then lose them over this stuff, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. And
Okay.
then what she's yeah, and what she's saying towards Vaughn right now when she said, "I will not talk to her ever again." She said that the last time when Vaughn recorded her for 3 hours. She said, "I will never talk to her again." Then she said she only fooled me with her walk of God. And then she said Vaughn had to debrief herself when she came back to me and give me everybody's information. This woman is deceptive. These are the things she does to get cool with her. You have to do a whole debriefing, but she is not true to her word. She is doing the same thing that she claims she hates because this is the second or third time that she says she's never speaking to that girl, and she done spoken to her, hit her up. She can't speak to the girl now because the girl blocked her. So
One of the
that's
things that I find one of the
yeah.
things that I find compelling to me on this issue is the Anaya and the Rashid relationship and how she came out swinging for them, right, as a couple. And when the situation first erupted, right? And then how now she's like, I don't want to have anything to do with either of you now, right? That would be a prime example of a time when she picked up somebody that whatever they did at that moment, she probably wasn't in agreement then, but for content or for whatever her unspoken purpose was, she strung them along, she picked them up, and then she put them down at some point.
That's
Right.
part of
So
her thing. She treats people like a bird that fell out of a tree that broke their arm. She want to nurture them back to health, but then at the end, it's kind of like I own you now. You feel
yes,
me? Like,
but the same issue that existed when she picked the person up is the very issue that she exploits them about at the end. So
yeah,
to me, that's the behavior that I've seen, right?
Two more.
So it's either you agreed with it, then like which one do we go with? Did you just have a revelation, 2 years later that it was wrong? Or did you always have that revelation and you was phony kicking it with them in the process? Because that's what we see, or that's how I interpret what I saw happen.
you
Anyway,
see her
let's
with
move.
this savior, where she has a savior complex. That's what it is. She has the savior complex, and that's how she gets in with people when they're in an emotional state. You know what I'm
Is it
saying?
a
Like, that's when
savior?
she slithers in.
Is it a savior complex because the person truly cares about the issue at stake, or is it the content that's driven, that drives the curiosity? Because see, for me, right, when I heard her continuously speaking on the situation that happened with intimate images going across the internet, right? She continued to speak on it when nobody else was
Oh, yeah.
speaking on it. When nobody else was thinking about it, it still became her narrative when she's going to come out here. She's going to do a mini series and show you other people's. I mean, it's wishful thinking. But at the end of the day, you see a pattern of somebody trying to manipulate people based on their shortfall. It's really unfortunate that people cannot see that it's not genuine care for their concern. It's just somebody that wants to use you in the moment for their own personal gratification.
Yeah.
She
I
gave
feel
y'all
like that's what
information
she
about
do to
my
your
son.
cousin. My bad.
And now you guys are dragging me and telling me that's not even my, I don't even have a right to feel like that my foster son is my son in these YouTube streets. I'm supposed to listen to your motherfucking opinion about the way that I feel about another motherfucking human being that you ain't never met and you ain't never fucking met me. You can tell me how the fuck I feel. You can tell me how the fuck the mama feel. You telling me what the fuck happened to the funeral. Y'all motherfuckers say I ain't even go to the funeral when I had to fucking pay for it at the end of the goddamn day. You got to be out your motherfucking minds. You told this girl, hold up.
I don't even know why that came up, but we just gonna keep going.
Hold up. Ooh.
That's where your pain come in. Is that you refuse to see that people are evil or people have really done stuff to you.
Wow.
When for me, when I see your motherfucking ass do so, I see you when you
listen, Mr. Wanda. I ain't done nothing like what John Frank did to her. I ain't done nothing to Vaughn like Too Strong did to her. I haven't done anything to Vaughn like Anaya did to her. I haven't done anything to Vaughn like Bitch Boy did to her or
Can you
Truth
pause it
Hurts
real
did
quick?
to her. None of that. I've done none of that to Vaughn. I've done none of what you've done to Vaughn. Sitting up dragging her kids and her marriage out.
Can you hit a
I've
pause on
done
that?
none of
Yep.
that to Vaughn, ma'am.
Go ahead. I'm making bacalao. Go ahead.
Yeah, the difference is when me and Vaughn was going at it, we were arguing back and forth. The difference between you and Vaughn is y'all were friends and you're purposely maliciously doing this to her because you want other people not to like her. I just argued with her, just like how people argue organically. We argued and we fought. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't cool with her before and saying that, oh, now that you're cool with these people, I'm gonna make things up on you. I'm gonna cause people not to like you. That's way more malicious. And then you have your Chihuahua band ready to dox her grandmother when it hasn't even got to that point. Me and her had a build up to that point. You know what I'm saying? You just went off on your friend because she blocked you. After she blocked you, you started being malicious with her and you started putting out her personal business, putting out her text message, doing all fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between what we're doing. You have people coming at her grandmother, saying they're gonna come at her grandmother, and you're not even saying a peep about that. But when I put her grandmother's name in the chat, and then I said why I did it to get her to stop arguing with me because I didn't want to go no further with her, this girl is ready to call her grandmother and go to the extent. The only difference was that was her friend. I was never that girl's friend before that. You know what I'm saying? And even
I
so,
need to
I'm
pause
not
you a
willing to
moment.
go there. My fault.
You dox her grandmother.
No, I put her grandmother's name in the chat room to get her to slow her roll. And then she
Isn't
said
that
I doxed her
doxing?
grandmother. Yeah, I didn't know it at the time when I did it because I had different intentions. I was trying to shut her up. And I said that. I said my intentions were to try to slow your roll from going further. You know, maybe if I did that, that would slow you down. That was my intentions. She said doxing, and then everybody in my chat said, yo, yeah, that, and then I took it into consideration because it was that. But at the time, what I came in doing it with,
your
what my
motive.
intentions
It was
were, wasn't to
doxing, but
dox
the
her.
motive wasn't to be malicious or put
Yeah,
information out there, but it was doxing, John.
because yeah, exactly. But according to us being on here, I had a different. My definition of doxing was showing her picture, telling you where she lived. This is her phone number. This is her email. Like I got you. I did it, and I accepted it too. I said, you know what? I didn't look at it like that, and I didn't do it again. I said, all right, I'm not going to do it again. And my people told me, and I say, I didn't look at it like that. I'm wrong. I'm not going to do it again. Cool, and I left it at that. But that's me doing me because I didn't really come with those intentions to dox her grandmother. I was just wrong in the situation. But them motherfuckers, they said they was gonna call her grandmother, record her, get her to say things to put it out on YouTube and play it. Me and her had way more beef, and I wasn't even thinking about doing nowhere close to those things to her. If anything, I didn't even want to go no further with her. I wanted her to stop it with me because it just didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? After a while, it did look like I was picking on a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I just tried to ease up out that role so it didn't stick to me.
All right. Well, let's see what else happens here.
I've
Wait, wait,
done
let me
none
say
of
something
what the
about Tupac real quick.
J4 have
Oh, I'm sorry. What you said, Miss Sawana?
I was just getting ready to say the only thing that I want you to do, UP, is stop lying saying that I doxed anybody. You have never seen me dox on this platform. Stop.
Well, we're gonna get to that in the video. She got that section, so you could
Okay. Okay.
I'll make sure to pause at that moment so
Okay.
it could be all in context.
done to Vaughn, ma'am. So what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about a bitch that drug Vaughn for years just because she hung out with a bitch that she didn't like. Because y'all didn't have no reason not to like Vaughn, right? You just start disliking her because she liked Bam so much.
That,
Same old shit, just
women
a new
got to say
bitch.
something. First of all, UP, like we say, you need to look around. You need to stop sitting on your platform lying. In Vaughn's apology, she apologized because she realized she came after me for no reason, caping for her good girlfriend. And she realized that me and her would have never had a problem had she not jumped out here. So you need to stop jumping out here with bullshit, telling lies that you know you lying for your people. But go ahead. I don't expect her to have shit right. She don't need to know the
Right?
truth. Lie. I mean, she can know the truth and still lie.
I got you. Here we go.
Coming. I pray that I see that you would see you when you coming, so I don't have to go through this shit right here.
Girl.
You gotta learn how to cut motherfuckers off and see them for who they are. Only friend you need is your husband and your kids and your family. You don't need these people on YouTube. Stop praising these.
But girl, you sitting up there trying to be her friend and got her calling you Miss Tawana and calling you like a mother figure and all of this shit, and she don't need no friends on YouTube.
She don't if they gonna be friends.
Ah!
I'm gonna be so mad I hit the damn thing. Ugh. All right, so listen. What her saying? That sounds like a little jealousy to me. What
Probably.
is her saying? I'm so mad. I hate this thing. I don't like this program. Let's see where we
You know,
at.
the man in the mirror. They can't hold back no more. They didn't try. They held off. It took you a couple of years to see who they are.
We heard that, right?
And calling you like a mother figure and all of this shit, and
Right
she
there.
don't need no friends on YouTube. And she got you, she got Mimi, she got Too Strong, she got John Frank, she got the Septic Sector and all of that shit. Now, she don't need no friends on YouTube, or she don't need no friends over here in the mukbang T sector where she's like from.
Honestly, she just don't need no friends at this point. She needs to this is my opinion. Continue on her spiritual journey and come back and tell the rest of us where she is in it and what she's learned and share the good words. See, that's what being a witness means to me. So I'm always celebrating when somebody takes their spiritual journey and then they come back and they sharing with you their experience of embracing it and what it has meant to them. See, that's the kind of content people don't want to hear because it's rejuvenating. I'm just saying. But I'll let her continue because I'm sure she knows much more than I do about being the cult community leader.
Don't need no people over here. She needs to throw everybody over here under the bus that fucked with her, right?
No, she doesn't need to throw all of y'all under the bus to go with another. This is jealousy speaking. So you're hearing from her. She's telling you in the wee hours of the morning how she's feeling about the decisions that you are making against her for other people. Instead of stating her claim as to why she's a good person for you to continue the relationship with Vaughn, she's telling you why everybody else is a bad person. But the things that she is um highlighting are characteristics that she shares in common with the same people. So I don't know how you can see it for somebody else and say that they wrong, but can't see that you engage in the same type of behavior.
I like how you put that. That was perfect right there. That's exactly what I'd be thinking.
All right, well, let's go.
Right? The chat, I don't have a chat. We don't I left the chat out because I didn't want to be distracted by the comments.
Okay, so what distracted you? Somebody sent you a text message? Because you don't got a chat. So who you talking to? At this moment, who are you talking to? I just need to know. Are you speaking to somebody on your right shoulder or your left shoulder? This is crazy to
I
me.
want to talk about this. Bushes. Mm-hmm. Wow, Mr. Wanda.
These motherfuckers. They're
Wow.
scammers. They liars. They cheaters. They a whole lot of shit. But who you?
Bitch. What the fuck is your goddamn community full of, bitch? Scammers, liars, doxers, and cheaters, bitch.
And the leader of it is hanging with you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But let's hear how you justify. Let's hear how you defend when you got one in your camp.
What the fuck are you talking about? Y'all be popping each other every fucking day, hoeing and tricking and selling and doing. What the fuck are you talking about?
And you be picking up them hoeings and trickings and all that other stuff. You be trying to pick them up. Hey, you the queen of receipts. I need you over here if I could get some of them receipts.
You know, you the
That's
queen.
what we heard when we heard you say that.
Exactly. Exactly, Mo.
And I
And
ain't
and
never
they know
scammed
you
no
playing in
goddamn
their
body.
face. They know you playing in their face, and they'll still go for it. You feel me? They'll let you say they're the queen of receipts, and they'll say you fuck it. There's nowhere else to go, so they'll let you. It's funny how they work together to do this shit sometimes. Because yeah, she could say it, but it takes the other one to go for it too. The other one is complicit in it. That's all.
Well, she had to do that because y'all is over here trying to get one of
Boycotting.
her. So y'all on a boycott, and then the other one, she's over here trying to whatever it is,
Resurrect that channel.
I,
it was just
but Mo,
it was intended to get the attention. It's a distraction method.
but
Go
Mo,
ahead.
I just understood. I don't care where Vons go. What it is that I am trying to make Vaughn see is people who they are for who they really are, because she keep making the same dumbass mistake. And maybe she just needs somebody to be truthful in the middle. That are you really looking at what's happening to you, and how are you
Can I
causing?
give you an example of something?
Well, go ahead.
How many times do you fall off of a bike before you get it right?
That's true.
So this is just that same thing. She's got to continue to fall off the bike until she picks up her balance and is able to just soar in the winds with it. These are all baby steps. We did not know, right? If you look at the experience from 8 years ago, we did not know 8 years ago that we would be in all of this turmoil throughout 8 years.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
you're taking 8 years of your experience and trying to condense it down and give it to somebody and say, this is the right because I've been here, done that, and know so much more. When we all know that the younger generation needs to be able to fall down and make their mistakes also.
True. I agree 100%.
So let's see where she goes with this, because this is supposed to be another elder. This woman right here, the community leader. She's supposed to know this as well, but let's see how what's her construct.
I don't ask for no money. I don't ask for cash apps. I do get them, but I don't sit up and beg for them every fucking
Girl, bye. Girl, bye.
day. And my goddamn channel isn't fucking monetized. But you stupid ass motherfuckers sit up all day.
Nor is your channel in the United States. You want to explain to us how you got thrown out the USA, but you want people to stay in a community with you?
Say you pig is fucking with people for content, like I'm gaining something financial from it or something.
No, for you it's an emotional thing. You're gaining emotional stability because your mental is fucked. So where it may not be a financial reward for you, it is doing something. It's helping, what are those things, those neons, whatever. It's firing off something for you because it is in the wee hours of the morning that you are constructing this conversation because you tell us you couldn't even sleep until you got this out here. You didn't want it to disappear. Oh, goodness.
Mo, this is days in a row she admits to
Jesus,
not sleeping and staying up all night just watching the content. So after a
Juju,
couple of days of lack of sleep, she's gonna crack eventually. Like that takes a toll on you after a while, and she does this nights and nights in a row,
Hmm.
consistently.
She might have been a Kanikian in the start. Remember when nobody got sleep over here?
for content.
Yeah, but I got sleep
When
before.
all y'all scream is, we got content. What the fuck you using me for? The fuck you sitting up talking about me? Aren't you using me for content right now?
Absolutely. Right now. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am, I am. I certainly am. And I'm also using it as a teaching moment because I believe that all of us have an experience to share with somebody, but we don't need to overwhelm them with the experience as well. Because I think you, ma'am, in your whatever sector you're in, I think you're trying to manipulate good intentions. Just doing that. You're just manipulating good intentions.
Now you talking about me and Bam? Aren't you bitches using us for motherfucking content?
So in this whole example here, right? We've been here for now how many minutes? Oh, only 16. God darn it. You mean to tell me where were they talking about you and Bam? They were talking to the young lady about her experience, her journey. Where does that have to do with you and Bam?
Bitch. Stupid asshole.
Who you thought they were? It's just real. Stop trusting these people. Believe them. My biggest thing is when a person show you who they are, believe them.
So she should have believed you when you was calling her kids dirty and saying that she was a bad mom and calling her a whore and saying that she was dumb because she didn't have a motherfucking GED. When a person shows you who they are, believe them, right, Mr. Wanda?
Did you ever say those things?
I'm sorry. What did she say, Mo?
She said that you called the woman, you call her kids dirty and all kinds of stuff.
I know. That's the part I wanted to speak on. I've never talked about this woman kids at all. Now, what it is that I did talk about is her, and everything I've ever said to that woman, to Vons, is something that Bam's put out here in Bam videos. Everything I said, and I got the receipt for that. I just haven't played it because I don't want to re abuse or insult Vons with the disrespectful stuff Bam was saying. But that's when me and Vaughn stopped going on each other because she had forgiven Bam for all that Bam said. And so I wrote on my wall, I say, well, damn, Bonds, if you can forgive Bam, you can forgive me too, because I've only repeated what Bam have been saying. And she wrote on her wall, fine, I forgive you. This was months ago. This was like 6 or 8 months ago. The last day that me and
Right?
Vaughn even had an
When
issue.
a person
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Mm-mm. No, go ahead. I hit
No,
it when I
I'm
came.
saying that was the last day that me and Vaughn spoke on each other. It was just in the last couple of weeks have Vaughn came back publicly and said that she wanted to make amends and apologize because she never disliked me. She was just caping for Bam and jumped in the middle of some shit she had nothing to do with. So UP don't know what the fuck she talking about, as usual. Or
The
she
GD stuff was just jokes. We was just, when you're in YouTube mode, we was just making fun of people for what we got. That's the only thing she said was true. Because I think you missed that part. She said, "Oh, they making fun of her for not having a GD." Everybody was. It was just a running joke at the time when they was beefing,
absolutely
and
it was
that's
a
not that deep.
and in fact, I said too, anything, Miss Blue is the one who was saying, well, if you feel like she ain't have a GED as a grown woman, you should help her. And I said, well, Blue, do that not apply to the shit you doing now? So,
Not having the
That
GED. I don't know Vaughn's I don't know her journey that well, but what I do know from what I heard is that she has a job, and there's so many people up here that don't have one of those
absolutely.
or
And
in
she
here,
exactly.
and she has children that she takes care of, and she has a husband.
So she have a job. It's just in her house. She's an engineer. Being the
Oh,
person,
that's the job. I thought she really.
look,
I
being a mother is a 24/7 job. That shit never stops.
said I'm not very familiar with her. Just some spits and
Shows you who they are. Believe them, right, Mr. Wand? Duh.
yeah.
You are literally sitting up and telling this girl where to go, how to think, what to do, how to move, and you calling me a cult leader.
okay, so give us an example of when they told her where to go, how to do it, all that other stuff. See, this is that rhetoric that people engage in and hope that you miss it. Because I didn't hear all of those directions and I didn't hear all that stuff. So where was it? How to do it, so on and so forth. But if somebody hears this for the first time, they're gonna believe that it was said somewhere.
How, Sway?
You trying to change them from being who you see that they are. And I want to check the shit out. Like, what the fuck else do they need to do for you to see these motherfuckers ain't shit and not for you and don't have your best interest at heart?
Wow.
That's the part that I don't get. Stop trying to make these motherfuckers out to be what they not. They're telling you, and you trying to tell them otherwise.
Wow.
No, Blue ain't shit. She's a little old lady. Despite everybody else, damn messy.
So you said that. So the live today started off, this little short one right here. It started off with Beaver Teeth over there. With him saying that I said that the J4K sector, that Vaughn was sick in the J4K sector on Blue. And here you got Mr. Wanna calling Blue names, and Blue ain't never said nothing to Mr. Wanna, Mr. Wanda, or done anything to Mr. Wanda.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. When you say that a sector is coming after somebody, I'm expecting to hear more than one name. See, we are more than just being in a collective. There's individuality. So it sounds like you're saying Ms. Tawana was going after her. But let's see if you came and you identified some more people out of that division to support you calling it a sector.
So what is that? Isn't that the J4K, a member of the J4K
Oh,
attacking
you know
blue and
what,
blue?
Mom?
It's
I will take
it's
this
a
time,
member.
and the next time I'm on a different live is when I'm wrong. I'm willing to correct my wrong too. Blue hasn't done anything for me to call her the bitches that I was calling her, even though she didn't like me. That was a year ago. I do take that back because I didn't have to do
Okay.
it like that.
All right.
So
Ain't done
let's go.
shit to her. Coming into a community, attacking motherfuckers that ain't done shit to you because Vaughn got her little lying black ass over there in y'all community starting shit. But I'm the chaos demon. Get the
I
fuck
don't
out of
like the
here.
racial stuff. Just count it
The
if it keeps
fuck out of
happening.
here.
That's the first one.
Bam ain't shit. She older than you, should be a big sister and giving you some kind of guidance. But she trying to Bam been
Wow.
trying to stick it to you forever. Because even on UP, when before y'all got back friends, you and Bam got friends because UP was on a mission. UP got Bam to make friends with you first. Because UP was on another agenda. Bam could not.
Wow. You done just wrote my whole fucking relationship with Bam, huh? You just all up in our conversations. You just know what the fuck is going on. I ain't sent Bam to be friends with no motherfucking body. I wouldn't give a fuck if Bam and Vaughn were friends. The only thing I gave a fuck about is Bam and Vaughn coming outside and attacking each other publicly. I can't control who's friends and who's not. Now, when Vaughn was going through her thing with all of y'all attacking her, we all had to talk Bam down. All of us. We asked her, please. These people are coming after her whole entire fucking life. Bam didn't give a fuck for a little while.
Okay. This is this is crazy. This is just crazy.
There's the theatrics part. Everybody
But this
had to
is
calm Bam down because Bam is such a tornado that rips through when shit comes. You know what I'm saying?
well, it's called collateral damage. So what she's having is that Bam was in turmoil with other people or involved in a dispute with other people, and Vaughn must have been getting the collateral damage from it, right? She must have been getting hit. She was taking incomings from what she's saying. I don't know. I wasn't there. So it sounds like she went to Bam and they was having a discussion. This is based on what she just said and where I stopped it. But Bam didn't give a fuck about her friend getting hit with missiles and that they had to spend time trying to explain it to them or trying to explain it to Bam. At least we can appreciate the candor, but I don't think she meant to say that in the wee hours of the morning for it to be on the record.
Wow. Then y'all start coming for Vaughn's kids. And Bam was like, fuck that. And she made up with Vaughn. She tried.
I'm gonna need to pause this again. I'm gonna need people to remember what first happened from my perspective. Bam went over into the wee hours podcast area over there, and she was on the panel in the wee hours of the morning telling stories about the people in the cemetery while she was on the platform, and the people got wind of it and asked her to stop telling the story she was telling. Basically what they were saying to her is stop going into your new community telling them about us. Speak on yourself. That's what I remember happening. Now if I got it wrong, that's the only place I remember going down. at the time and why people were so upset because of her shift to the new community and then what she was doing while she was there impacting the former community. But that's just my opinion.
Failed, tried, and failed. She worked at it. And Von knows that. It wasn't shit easy behind the scenes. So stop fucking lying, Von. It was hard. It was back and forth with you and Bam, and we all had to talk it out. It wasn't no easy peasy, or we just gonna go along to get along, and you fucking know it. Stop fucking lying, Von. Nobody was playing in your fucking face. Everybody was letting you know exactly how the fuck they felt. People just hated seeing you getting drugged like that. Now look at what you doing. Now look at
From the beginning.
I went in here when it was thing to see like what the hell is going on. Why has it got so much dead air in it? So I got stuck trying to make her go faster. But at the end of the day, I could understand the conflict that was going on because that part I knew. I don't. So is your statement that it's okay for them to drag her? So let me just get the theys and the hers. So it's okay.
The bullshit from the beginning. You and Bam was cool. Y'all was hanging. Y'all was
so it's okay for Unspoken to drag Vaughn's now, because that's the they and the her in the equation as I'm hearing it. I don't know if it's okay, but this is this lady commentary. This the community leader thoughts on stuff.
talking about everything. You was talking about Blue. What did Bam have to do to go behind Blue's back to tell Blue for? What the fuck would Blue as a grown motherfucking woman couldn't approach you about what you were saying and stop this shit early on? All this shit haven't been nothing but a motherfucking play, and I need you to stop letting them play the fuck with you about it. Ain't no motherfucking body innocent in this bullshit. But every time you
this one.
Go ahead, Tawana.
I was just saying my mouth is horrible. I got to work on that.
It's always good. This is why I do listen back to my streams, because it's your in your quietude you can really reflect on how you are perceived out here and what you've done.
Woman had absolutely no communications between any of us. How in the fuck would she know any? Like, she don't even know what the fuck she's talking about. And Vaughn is just letting her sit there and run her motherfucking mouth like she's speaking facts or something. And Vaughn was a part of the conversations. Vaughn was a part of every single conversation.
Okay, I just want to play devil advocate for a moment. If this is true, and you was expecting her to speak up and stand up, what message would it have sent you about her? You would have said, she still got a sweet spot for us. Let's keep using Blue as the conversation that'll make her, I'm gonna use the word terminology, crack. See, this is not about building anybody up. This is about breaking somebody down.
Vaughn knows more than anybody. I don't know what Vaughn talked to Blue about. Bam don't know what Vaughn talked to Blue about. But this woman seems to know everything that was talked about behind the scenes. This shit is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing.
you say that.
So that right there is trying to plant a seed that Vaughn may have told Miss Tawana about the conversation she was having with Blue, when in fact this may be Miss Tawana's assumption based on whatever she's seen, and this might be her opinion. See, you can come out here and try to say this is what people are doing, but you got to have evidence and facts to back that up before you can say that. Otherwise, it's just an opinion. Miss Tawana is giving her opinion of a situation, just like this woman right here, the community, the cult community leader is giving her opinion of what she believes may have happened that resulted in this. This why you really need to have the facts.
You did something. You had a motherfucking partner with you, so they just as guilty as you are. And then ain't no need to explain this shit because they're gonna keep on showing fucked up ass receipts. You see, Ben putting up fucked up receipts. Boy, now you have everybody slow down and read the motherfuckers. You can see what.
That's why I don't understand. Didn't I say that earlier? That's why I don't understand why Vaughn came outside. That's what led me to believe that Vaughn wanted to come outside on Blue. You're proving everything that I said in my live earlier. Everything. Vaughn wanted to come outside on Blue. Because the live earlier today was about Anaya.
Some shit.
Even the shit she put up with my shits. She put them up for no reason because I'm like, they never talked about it or nothing. They just bypassed it.
Yeah.
She put them up and they bypassed it. Like, I'm like,
and ain't nothing wrong, right? The only thing you asked somebody to do was take down an email. If y'all was super cool, even if she thought that you were wrong, and it took her a minute to come to take it down, she would have took it down. She got on her platform and she stood her ground. She was saying, fuck you.
Yep. Wow.
And that was at the very beginning of y'all fucking fight. So she ain't need nobody. She been in with the shit the whole.
But see, that's the thing that's not fair. You're being so manipulative. You heard Vaughn say, and see, if you're going to be a truth teller, you should be a truth teller. You know what I'm saying? You should listen to words because you heard Vaughn say that Blue and Vaughn apologized to one another and moved on.
They couldn't have moved on if they
when
back
that
here.
happens, you're not.
So you're saying they couldn't have moved on if they back at the same
Place they were 6 months ago with the same stuff. This ain't nothing new.
Sometimes people do move on, but other people won't let them forget about it.
But Vaughn is
weaponize that.
speaking on her actions that Blue just did a night or two ago again that made her feel away.
All right, but that okay, I get that. I can live with that.
And I get what you're
That
saying.
was an apology and a moving on. And if it was real, it really shouldn't be revisited.
Oh, these people be killing me with this. You shouldn't revisit something. And this is based on my own experience. When people apologize for stuff, they apologize on this social space as a blanket apology, and it's supposed to cover everything. And then you hear something later on, you be like, well, wait a minute, that apology didn't cover that. Like, I'm gonna just tell you right now, like, that apology don't cover that right there. I done heard that right now, and that apology did not cover that. You cannot tell the person who's making the apology what they should apologize to, and you can't tell the person that's receiving the apology what they should accept as part of the apology terms.
Right.
Like, you understand? Apology all messed up, and now y'all going biblical or spiritual, and you're getting forgiveness incorporated into it all messed up. So it's just messy people with their own interpretations of things messing things up. That's why you need to have a meeting of the minds when you apologizing for something. That's why the apologies need to be clear and concise. Hey, Miss Tawana, I'm apologizing for the day you had a booger on your nose and I thought you ate it. You understand what I'm saying? You need to be specific about what you apologizing for. So Miss Tawana's not thinking, hey, Monica's apologizing for the day she said I went to the doctor and came back and released some test results on here. You understand? You want to make sure that you have the apology well established, what you apologizing for.
But Mo, look, what's so hilarious about you saying that is me and UP's interaction, our one conversation, is that me and her was having a conversation when I clipped her son, where she keeps saying that I doxed her child. It was actually a video where it was a child, I didn't know who it was, that came up and she was saying bye to the kid and she would see the kid the next day. And the kid was pretty much saying in so many words, all you're gonna do is be on YouTube. You be on YouTube all the time. I thought that's what I heard the kids say. That's what she's saying is doxing. That 16-second clip. So you
Well,
P,
y'all know y'all at odds with what doxing means, and we've all learned the same way trolling means something different to most people.
mm,
Doxing means something different to most people. So you got to, in legal, we always define the terms of the agreement. Make sure that you understand what this is. So there's no, I thought this meant this, and I thought this meant that. So you try to eliminate getting somebody in the middle to interpret the intentions.
yeah,
But here on the internet, get to say whatever the hell they want to say.
If it's real.
right.
Whole time. If she put it up there, and it was even if she thought she was right, put it up, and she felt like she was hurting your feelings or something was wrong with you putting it up, she would have took it down, Vaughn. You got to look at Blue for who Blue is.
Wow. Listen at her.
Blue got that one side of her, and that's what I'm noticing about y'all side. They got this one good side that I.
Let me say this. What's so interesting about what you're saying is somebody that really cares about somebody else, they're not going to try to make wedges bigger and deeper. They're going to try to ask them, because you don't know the relationship. You don't know both sides. You've only heard Vaughn's side. Blue hasn't said anything. You weren't a part of the conversation. It's not even fair for you to be speaking on it, Miss Tawanda. You were not there. You nor John Frank were there. It's not okay for you to insert yourself this way, especially with somebody that you don't know. Blue hasn't done anything to you, Miss Tawanda.
I
And I'm
haven't
gonna
done
stop calling you
anything to you
Miss.
either. But it don't stop you from from running your mouth.
I just can't right now. It's the hypocrisy for me.
It's Tawanda. Even though you're my elder.
Don't even talk about that, Mo. They done found
So,
something.
so wait a minute. How is this confirmed that somebody's elder? Like, okay, I'm just gonna move on. Whatever.
I
Somebody
like, I love, I feel like she protects you,
got
laughing, we
me.
can talk.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I like being this open.
Okay, I'm just gonna let this. I'm just gonna let it play itself out. But she called you her elder. I can't with this right now.
I'm her
And then they all
elder.
got this other dark
Acting
ass
like
side
a
that's always
child
caught up
of.
in some bullshit. That's the pattern of every motherfucker that's been over there. Everybody that
Wow.
you arguing with, they got the same fucking identity.
Wow.
Y'all saying the same. You saying the same thing about all of them. I like all of them on this.
Do you know that's humanly impossible? Do you know that that is humanly impossible for a whole group of strangers who've never met in real fucking life to have the same fucking identity? It's impossible.
I don't even know what we're talking about right here, so she can have that one. I don't even know. Okay, all right, I'll let that one go. I'm gonna move on.
On this side, but then they're all showing this other motherfucking dumb person who's truly them. So stop crying over these motherfuckers who don't give a shit. A bunch of motherfucking demons, a bunch of motherfucking bullshitters, a bunch of old motherfucking ladies coming for a younger woman, and she the main one talking about. Hey, Blue, what the fuck?
So let me ask you a question. When you were dragging Vaughn in your 60s,
So you see how somebody tries to go back. This is subliminally fucking whoever the subject is. You want to keep going back and reminding the person of some things that happened in the past or was said in the past to re-trigger that emotion inside of them. This is when you are trying to appeal to something inside of them, right? That's what a cult community leader is sent out to do. That's their bidding. You understand? They don't want to lose not one man, no man down, no man down. I can't get one of the enforcers to go out and do my business. It got to come from me to be the most effective means to communicating to the person. You got to send the big dog out, the leader. This is leader territory only.
one of the oldest bitches out here, when you were dragging Vaughn, her parenting, her marriage, her education, and all of that shit, weren't you an old lady?
This is predictive programming at its best or worse, depending on depending on its outcome.
Huh? I'm just asking, Mr. Wanda.
We missed what you was asking. It's all right. I'm sure you'll ask it again because you only talking about some shit that I don't know.
Girl, you and I don't either. She trying to make it about Blue. What happened to where you supposed to be a grown woman? If you feel that she's this or she's that as a grown woman, you should teach her better. Well, bitch, don't that apply to you too? Well, help.
Why are you calling her a bitch? This is what I'm talking
Well,
about.
why did you call her a bitch? Like you was like in this bitch, like man, bye. Did you hear yourself when you was trying to reach your former member? Like I don't want to call people the cult members, but I want to point out that this is a cult-like environment and you are being manipulated in the process. Stay an individual. Do your own thing.
Right.
She don't even have a name to her sector. She don't know what to call it. She don't even know what to call her community. She's confused about what she stands for, other than coming out here and try to tell you that you wrong for having the feelings that you have.
This is what we were saying earlier when I was telling people, like when we were in bed.
Who's this is what we were saying earlier. Who's the we? And why was we all back there trying to gang up on one person?
Right.
Why do you understand? Why did you have to disable your chat in order to get this shit out? What you was afraid some people was gonna wake up in the middle of the night and rise up against you? No, I'm gonna go back to my original thought. Nobody was gonna write in here because most people gonna mind their business about this time. They're gonna mind their business and drink some water.
Bam's chat. Like, don't even like the only reason that y'all attacking Blue is because Bam was over there. And because Blue was in Bam's chat. That's the only reason. Because Blue ain't done shit to Vaughn.
No, there's 3 people that came in here and gave her a like, right? When they came in, right? This is 3 people. They be following what I say. You come in, you give a like, and you know you don't like it, you take a hike. But then by the time they left, they was back to 70. They took the like back. They didn't want this stuff out here.
Hey, Matt, Mo, I'm gonna drop down in the chat for a few minutes to call my daughter back, and I'll come back up.
All right.
Okay. That's why they full of shit.
Wow.
They all full of shit.
That sure is what she said. So you missed one, ain't it? I remember it all like it yesterday.
Yep. Yep. She was all in it. She did a whole fucking lie about being a grown woman. Was you faking it or are you faking now?
I don't even know.
About that lie.
Full of shit. All of them doing the same shit.
I don't know what she's talking about.
She was front and center with that bullshit. And she front and center now. She with the shit. Don't let the old ladies fool you. These ain't the motherfucking old ladies that you go to church and see every Sunday.
Wow.
These ain't the ones that you seen your mother hanging with or your grandmother hanging with. These bitches got something else.
No, these bitches ain't step foot in the church, only probably for a funeral, and the rest of the time they can't step foot in there. They be doing too much.
What?
They keep so much junkie to do their dirty work. That's how you know. You know what I'm saying? To keep their hands clean.
Wow.
Don't sit up here and get sad on these bitches. Everyone, look, you shook the UP tree and a whole lot of motherfucking nuts falling out.
This must be the gaslighting aspect of it from her perspective. Let's see how the gaslighting works.
She shook the UP tree. Do you know this is the same fight we fought a year ago? Exact same fight. Nothing's fucking changed except for Vaughn is over there with y'all now. That's it. The same fucking receipt she's using, the same shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Nothing has fucking changed. It's the same fucking fight, ma'am. Shook the UP tree and a lot of nuts fell out. Blue has her own channel. Her own persona. Bam has her own. And I have my own. What the fuck are you talking about? Shit.
That's all the fucking is. You shaking the UP tree and you seeing all of them drop.
Wow.
It's like you wouldn't do any other apple or nut hanging on a tree.
Listen, if I had bad influences like them in my life and they was doing all the stuff that they was doing, I would be happy that I didn't fuck with them no more.
He said if he had bad influences in his life, he wouldn't fuck with them anymore. He would be happy not to fuck with us anymore. While they done doxed my deceased son, doxing everybody over there, talking about deceased loved ones, threatening to beat people's ass, saying that they want to push people in front of goddamn buses and all of that shit. We ain't done none of that shit. They over there dragging people every fucking day. You know, so I'd rather you be with your people too. I wouldn't want to be associated with your kind either, John Frank.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. Lady, you got some of that kind over there with you. You done stole a couple of people. You done stole a couple of fruits off of the tree. Let's call it what it is.
I definitely wouldn't. We don't like that over here. That's not our stilo. Get the fuck.
Y'all might not like it over there, but if you can weaponize some of that energy, you will definitely take it on over there. We seen you calling for it. We seen you asking for it. We seen you needing it. Oh God, these are the same people that accuse other people of being the bullies, and then you find out that they bully people too. It be this fuckery for me.
Fuck out of here. Y'all be fucking on camera, running Ponzi schemes, paying dope fiends to do your dirty work. Get the fuck out of here. Making up fake pill.
Okay, who fucked on camera? I just need to understand that. Who fucked on camera? Them yours peoples. That's what made you have content. You over sexualize everything, lady. That's what you say to everybody else. But what about you?
Bottles saying people ate dead roaches and all of that.
Oh, let's talk about that. Let us talk about it. People told me I ate some damn flies. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. I'm not even gonna go with the roach scenario, because if you know, you know what had happened there was. And I don't know what video you got, but we already been that road, so I'm not gonna revisit what video you caught at that moment.
Shit, and they didn't. Running plays on each other. What the fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. Like your place is a heavenly host to perfection. J4K is the leaders of it all over there with your 500 views and shit with my name in the goddamn title. The fuck out of here. Dusty ass nigga leaning over like the goddamn penguin. Stupid ass motherfucker. I said it.
Who's leaning over like the penguin? Who is that?
She took a shot at EB.
Oh. Oh. You mean a silencer? Man, bye.
Fuck.
My bad. The silencer.
You gonna do about it? Get mad and dox me, bitch? Ain't that what you threatening anyway, bitch? Do what the fuck you gotta do. Shit. That's what you good for. What you gonna do? Make up another 20 fucking troll accounts, huh? A Shadow's name and come over here and then say it's me, bitch? We all know that's you, bitch. You
Hold
or
up.
Naya
She
and
just
Rashid.
hold on, pause it. I didn't hear this part. She was just saying it was me the other day though. Like, and she was so sure in her tone. This is hilarious. This is
I
why I
don't know
laugh.
why people try to figure out who these damn troll accounts are. I
Like she
wouldn't even
said it
waste
to
my
people.
time.
She convinces the cult. Yo, it's John doing this. It's John. Then tomorrow it's this person. Right? Today is this person. But I guarantee you, Monica, I just told you it was me 3 days ago. It's this person today that she's referring to. Give her like one more week and you might catch her blaming somebody else. That's how that's how she operates. She don't operate in fact, and she loves misinterpreting people. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? On purpose. She purposely misinterprets people.
Well, yeah. Here we go.
The fuck?
You know what I'm saying? I would be so fucking happy. I'd be the opposite of mad. I'd be like, thank you for removing these motherfuckers away from me before they could do even more damage. You know what I'm saying? Before I even got even so even more about.
Yeah, and that's what you gotta understand, Avon. They attacking your character. I get what you're going through. When people just lying on you and you just want everybody to believe that it's not you. But what you gotta look at is who the fuck saying it. And who gives a
Lying on her. Y'all said she was a whole whore. And then she had cams in her bedroom aimed at her coochie.
based off the information that Bam provided and the people that was down with her said. That's where that came from. It's not like we just drum it up out the thin air. That was the narrative that Bam put out there when Bam was beefing with her. And people ran with it because they were beefing with her at the time. And it's coming from her front. She likes to twist
Mm.
and turn, but she knows the facts.
All right.
What you mean, lying on her? John Frank said she was selling her foodie stamps and was trying to get Bam to help her go to jail and shit. Trying to get Bam to help him report her stupid ass.
Not eat better today getting sold. I can't. I just can't.
What you talking about? What are you talking about? I haven't done anything like that, Devon.
You care to share what you have done? Since you know what everybody else did, you care to share what you did? Because, that would be more interesting at this point, at least for me.
Y'all can't hold me to the fire with your lies. My people know the truth. You can sit up and
Or they know what you told them as the truth, but it was really your opinion.
talk the shit all you want to talk your shit, honey. My people know the truth.
Fuck what they're saying. Who gives a fuck? We don't need to see the receipts. We already know y'all fell out. We didn't already know shit was said. That's for UP and Bam them. Pay that shit no attention. Because the people on the other side that's fucking with you, they don't care. They don't care. And one thing that we can say different about you, when you came over here versus Bam who over there, you ain't come over here with no scamming bullshit. You ain't come over here being a foul person. The only thing that Vaughn did while she was over there to anybody is stood behind her friend and cake for them the whole time. That's the only thing we seen. It was just that you was caping for the wrong people. Any of us could have been you. And probably a lot of us are you. We just been burned earlier than you have. And we done got over it and see how the YouTube streets are.
Wow.
But for every time you want to come out here and cry, you got a motherfucker waiting to pop alive. So stop being weak to them, because that's what they look.
Wow.
They don't look at it as you being vulnerable or honest. They look at that as a weakness.
Wow.
And stop giving it to them. Them a bunch of old bitches with issues.
Old bitches with issues. Says an old bitch with issues that's sitting on a young bitch's panel, manipulating her motherfucking mind, telling her
It's the young bitches panel for me.
what she should and should not fucking do, acting like a goddamn slave owner. You sound
like a cult community leader trying to go and rescue one of their own. It's crazy. The mind games around here be killing
like a
me.
motherfucking fool, bitch. Vaughn got to be one of the dumbest bitches on the planet.
It's a shade for me. It's a deep stabs for me.
I said it.
We heard you say it. We know you said it.
I'm sorry, John, but I seen y'all talking.
No, it's all good. No, it's all good. Now I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying the same thing.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Yeah, listen.
You care to share why he's saying the same thing that she's saying? Of course you are. You care to tell us what that's about?
No, people are not credible. If they was credible, I told her, I was like, yo, if they was credible, maybe you should care. But the fact that they're not credible, you shouldn't care at all. That's why you shouldn't care.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They're not credible. They're built off of lies. And that's what they do. That's their foundation is built on. Schemes, lies, what they believe. They don't go off facts. So it don't matter.
And I heard you saying it's
schemes, lies, and what they believe. Says the motherfuckers that made up a whole fake ass pill bottle and put fake ass roaches and shit, trying to fool the people.
You see how they try to pull people in, Monica? That's a tactic.
Okay. Who
That's
made
a
up this
tactic.
fake? Like, do you have evidence of this? Because on my live stream, and I can only go by what was on my live stream, I heard a man say that he went along with making a fake negative result test. I'm over it. That stood out the most for me that evening, because why would you need a fake negative test? Like, that's just crazy to me. Y'all play too many games on this YouTube, and when it gets out of control, you can't pull it back.
We don't do that over here.
No, but you did make up. What was that chick's name? That was about. Y'all make up your own peoples. Y'all done did some crazy stuff over there that I heard about. Sounds like something green to me. Like jade. Does that sound familiar? Without going into any depth, does that sound familiar to you? It be the plays for me.
I cannot with you people.
We cannot with you either.
I cannot with you people. Y'all motherfuckers got to be fucking crazy.
You motherfuckers gotta be fucking crazy too. So what you saying? Oh, that's that pot again.
Schemes last girl. Some of the biggest liars out here. Biggest liars, full of crackheads and dope fiends and shit. And always begging for money.
Once
Always.
again, that's our chat now.
And then y'all be taking cash apps to buy liquor bottles and shit and calling other.
Oh, that's you, John Frank. She talking about you. I know that. I
I
know
don't
that.
even mind. You
It was
know
the
what?
Henny.
I told people not to do it afterwards because I said, you know what? It's probably not productive to me.
Give me a
But
penny for the Henny.
yeah, like I don't want to pay for my own liquor. If somebody buy me liquor, why not? But I shouldn't even do that. I say, you know what? Next time I say pizza fun and leave it at that. Since they're
Not the
so
pizza
offended.
fun. Not the pizza
I
fun.
like pizza. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite food. So it's like it's either pizza or Henny. I don't need you to buy me weed. So it's like fuck it. You know?
Mm.
People alcoholics and shit and dope fiends and stuff. Talking about how much weed you smoke and all this shit. And then
Again, who do you adopt over there into your community? I think that stuff be reigning supreme.
crazy, bro.
Wait,
Crazy.
doesn't she partake in
Anywho,
gummy and talks
let's
about it all the time? Wouldn't that fall under the same category kinda? Like you take gummies and you go on live and you do your whatever you do. That's like me smoking my weed. So I don't see what the problem is. It's just hypocrite commentary, that's all.
finish. We're almost done. Because I'm literally about to pass out.
Y'all feel the same way? The UP got
It's not pass out, it's go to sleep. But you see, you was up here talking about drugs, and the only thing you could think about was passing out instead of going to bed like civilized people. And the wee hours of the morning when you up here trying to clip this.
y'all back. Look, Vaughn, that's part of the scam. I would not want a bitch to have my back. That's good with putting a knife in that motherfucker.
Wow.
Okay. She had your back just so.
Well, how did I put a knife in your back, Vaughn? Can you come live later today and explain that? How did I put a knife in your back?
This is the preparation for the next day of live streams. So now she's gonna set the agenda. So Vaughn, I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm about to pass out. And I'm gonna need you to come back tomorrow and answer these questions so I can have content tomorrow.
And you pass my son's information on
Bingo.
to motherfuckers that I didn't give it to. Huh?
Okay, now that's not how I heard that story. I heard that they found out on their own accord and you just accused that woman of telling them that information. That's what I heard everybody say. Somebody showed terms of an information was, and none of it involved the woman giving it to her. The email didn't come from that woman. It came from a male. So I'm just a little confused about that. So even when you show people the evidence in the community leaders' perspective, they're going to still give it to you the way they see it.
How did I put a knife in your back, ma'am?
She can keep it up close enough to put a motherfucking knife in it.
Wow.
UP ain't never had nobody back but UP's back.
Wow.
UP needed y'all for content. Yes, it was easy for her to self-serve herself.
Listen.
And make her excuse you.
How was I self-serving myself? What did I gain from it?
Because dialogue for your streams. That's what you gain from it. That's what they said. They said content. Like, I don't understand how anybody confused content. content. Something so you can go on your platform and talk about. Guess what? I got content right now. I'm talking about this. This is what's going on.
You know what y'all looking for. What did I gain from it?
Later out here say, no, they coming after me. It's me they doxed. For every motherfucker she done did a favor, she done said that she got doxed or in some shit for that person. That's just
Oh look, they was trying to look. They was
And that's facts.
trying to convince Blue that Vaughn was trying to put us, me and you onto Blue so we could do something to her. I'm like, this premeditated fear mongering. This is what they do every episode.
And that's so
Every
messed up.
episode, it's the same thing. Fear mongering. Yeah, but it is messed up. But after a while, it's like it's the same episode over and over.
See, this is what I'm telling you. When they do shit right in your face, now they was just attacking Blue. And Miss Tawana is getting ready to start attacking her again. So how's that fear mongering when you're doing it? You're sitting there attacking Blue and saying that you're not attacking Blue. Just like you did Vaughn in the beginning. Doxing her, coming after her family and all of that shit while saying, we're not doing that to you. You do it right in people's faces and he say, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. That's not me. That's you.
You know she gonna fearmonger. You know she gonna tell you they're gonna dox me and my family and my mods, and her mods ain't been doxed. So
Yeah.
like,
and me and John going to get on Blue. No, I'm just telling you the truth.
He said my mods ain't been doxed. He didn't say my family, my mom, myself, because he know that he didn't help them dox. He didn't help them do all of that shit to me. Ain't that right?
I never even thought about Blue since the day they said anything out with the whole he say, she say vaccine stuff that they was putting out there. Just like I knew Mika had. And just like I said, the Bam ran back to UP when UP was saying Bam ain't do shit. When Bam, very first time Bam came out here and all this shit blew out, Bam was said that she was the only one that wasn't talking about UP, and she was the one who had to tell UP. But
because Bam wasn't a part of any of those conversations, and Vaughn proved that. Bam was having the conversations about with Blue. Vaughn kept her out of the conversations with Too Strong. Too Strong don't fuck with Bam. Don't trust her. Didn't want her to be a part of that level of the play, ma'am. It's all out here. I don't know how many fucking times I gotta say it, you stupid ass bitch.
Notice them thumbs up. They going up. Somebody else just woke up, came in the building, put their little thumbs up on there.
UP tell them saying that, but they've been saying ever since that shit came out, the Bam ain't had nothing to do with it. But she had everything to do with it.
Everything.
No, she didn't.
That's just why she came for it. And when she get and trust me, her and Bam gonna have their day. You might not get your pleasure of them falling out right here, right now. Oh, but they're gonna have their day.
Did you hear her? Did y'all hear that? That says it all. They want to take pleasure in myself and Bam falling out. That's the only thing that they want.
No, lady, it's the prophesizing again. They just prophesizing what's gonna happen. And one day the prophesizing is gonna come to fruition. That's what you told me. You said somebody prophesied something. They just prophesizing.
They want me and Bam going at each other. That's the only reason that they're doing all of this, and this bitch just said it. Vaughn's gonna get her pleasure because that's gonna be, she wants, Miss Tawanda wants that to be her pleasure, and John Frank wants to be his pleasure. So that's what they're working for. They're working to try to destroy a friendship between me and Bam.
Why are they working to destroy a friendship between you and anybody? At the end of the day, these toxic relationships will come to a head. It's, it's inevitable. When you build something, when the foundation is shaky, it will crumble. You're not building something from a genuine place. So this will definitely, have its moment.
Telling us that we can't even say anything about their friendship. And I don't care if they're friends. I hope that they're good friends. I hope that Vaughn and Too Strong make a very healthy friendship. Just leave me and Bam alone.
So let's see from the Warlock. She's up here trying to figure out if people who now have a spiritual connection and they're exploring the word, if that is going to come fall under. Mm, mm, mm.
Leave us alone. I mean, damn.
Girl, let me tell you, I just want to reinstate and reinforce my sentiment when Bam took herself over there into this space that belongs to y'all. I always said that I thought it was a beautiful thing and y'all can have her and y'all can keep her. So that was the end of it, as far as I'm concerned. One has been trying to get Bam to come back or get out of there. They have all embraced the fact that she's over there with you people because it means that she's not over here bothering us people or their people or somebody else's person. She's over there with you. You got her. This is part of the adoption plan. You've adopted her, and we are happy that she found herself a new home, a new family, a new whatever that is. Happy for it. At least there's no drawbacking.
This shit is crazy. What in the world? Yeah, I can't my chat is not open. I put my chat off.
Okay, again, this is so the chat is off. So who the hell are you talking to? Are they texting you or are you speaking to the person on your right shoulder or your left shoulder? Because that conscience can be a mother freaker.
My chat off because I didn't want to be distracted by the comments. They still texting me asking or commenting and saying that they want to get into it. No chat. No.
They want to get into it? Are you telling them no? Is this a punishment? Hey, cult community leader, are you enforcing some kind of punishment? This is cruel and unusual punishment. Are you doing that? Let me find out you doing that. You inflicting bodily harm to your members.
Chat. This is a lot better, especially for these late night talks, and I don't have to have the typing in the chat to distract me. Mm-hmm.
No, you need to take your ass to bed. That's what you're talking about. You don't want to see differing opinions when you are set out to do the mission that you are set out to do.
I like it.
They're going to have that day. It's too much snake in both of them not to snake each other at some point.
Oh, listen, I know how it works. I've been through this many times. Once you take you out the picture, because you got to understand.
Listen, he got his whole idea. Once you take you out the picture.
It's only, why couldn't it have been a plan? It's just an idea. So you're admitting that this is his opinion. It's not anything constructed. It's not anything elaborate other than his opinion. It's an idea. It's not a plan. It's not something to be Is he we need to be entitled to having our opinions and having them honored. This is not a plan. You're admitting that he has an opinion.
And he don't even realize Vaughn wasn't really in the picture. If they would have been listening to Vaughn, they would have understood that myself and Vaughn did not have a lot of conversations. And it's for damn sure Vaughn was not talking shit about Bam to me, and I was not talking shit about Bam to her. So it's no taking Vaughn out of the equation. I make sure with everybody that I deal with, they're not a part of the equation in the other relationship. I don't tell their business. I don't talk about one to the other. I don't do that. You know, we might all get in a group chat and ring each other or talk some shit or something like that to each other, but we're not talking about other people, like dragging people that we support.
I
We
swear.
definitely dragging the ops though. Mm-hmm. Keeps the commotion down when you don't talk shit about each other.
I'm just making sure I got
You say it to the
sound.
person when you're feeling it.
Goal, and their friendship is based on hating the same people. So
Mm.
once you take the people out the picture that they hate or they squash it, they only fight each other because that's all they have left. I'm telling you,
Wow.
once
Hang
you're
on
not the
one
topic
minute.
no
I gotta
more,
check
And
my
that
they
and
put
that
phone.
eyes on each other.
Don't tell me my video's frozen.
that's true, John Frank, because that's what happened with us with Nicole.
All right, let's take the time down because I'm gonna pull it down and pull it back up. 43:39.
It was Bam doing all this weird fuck shit. Then we started all getting into it, and it spilled out into the front.
Thank you for that.
That's why I'm just like, how can y'all just sit up and, you know what? Let me stop.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Welcome to the show, you know. Monica Mo,
See the
justice in the
buffering thing.
mix. Bringing truth with no tricks.
That's why I'm just like, how can y'all just sit up and, you know what? Let me stop asking how. Listen, none of us are innocent. Some people are just better at hot like that cute and coy shit. I want to be like Mr. One, okay? When I get older. No, you're not.
Okay, let's see if I got it. If I don't got it, I might have to come on back. We going to try one more time. I have to come back later on. So we have 43.
When you don't talk shit about each other. You say it to the person when you're feeling it.
Goal, and their friendship is based on hating the same people.
Mm.
So
I done broke the internet.
once you take the people out the picture that they hate or they squash it, they only fight each
Trying
other
to
because that's all
play
they
it.
have left.
Wow.
I'm telling you, once you're not the topic no more, they put eyes on each other.
That's true, John Frank. That's what
Aw,
happened with us
poor
with Nicole.
thing.
It
Hey,
was
so
like, it
let's
was
go
Bam
to
doing
our
all this
phone.
weird fuck shit. Then we started all getting into it, and it spilled
When
out
in
into the
doubt,
front.
we'll just do it
That's
a
why I'm just
different
like,
way.
how can y'all just sit up and, you know what? Let me stop asking how. Listen,
Ah, but
None
that's
of us
gonna
are
mess up
innocent.
my
Some people are just
finale.
better at hot, like that cute and coy shit. I want to be like Mr. Monk, okay? When I get older. No, you're not gonna play with me because that's really who I am at heart, y'all. It's like I'm still trying to
Hang on
juggle.
a
I'm trying
minute.
to juggle the whole, just not fully cussing
Me
folks
and
out.
these
You know what I'm like?
technical
I want that for
issues, I
myself.
just
At the
can't
same
with
time,
this.
y'all trying to weaponize this whole, spiritual stuff.
Oh, let me go to my handy dandy cell phone. All right, hold on. I gotta get this other thing. Okay. So let us get this video. What time was it today? What's the name of the video? Boom, 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 boom. Let's go to 42 minutes. Well, we have 43 minutes. Let's go to 43 minutes.
Or something like that. Each other. But we're not talking about other people, like dragging people that we support. We definitely dragging the ops though. Mm-hmm. Keeps the commotion down when you don't talk shit about each other. You say it to the person when you're doing it.
Goal and their friendship is based on hating the same people. So once you take the people out of the picture that they hate or they squash it, they only fight each other because that's what they have.
Wow.
I'm telling you, once you're not this out.
Let's see how that sounds. Did y'all hear that when y'all in? Doing a mic check. All right, let me try it one more time.
They put eyes on each other.
That's true, John Frank, because that's what happened with us with Nicole. It was like it was Bam doing all weird fuck shit, and we started off getting into it, and it spilled out into the front of the scene. That's why I'm just like, how can y'all just sit up and, you know what? Let me stop asking how. Listen, none of us are innocent. Some people are just better at like that cute and coy shit. I want to be like, okay, when I get older. No, you're not gonna play with me because that's really who I am at heart, y'all. It's like I'm trying to juggle the whole, just not fully cussing folks out. You know what I'm like? I want that for myself. At the same time, y'all trying to weaponize this whole, spiritual stuff against me, and it's like I still will hit you in your shit. I'm still like that. Like, just don't mess with me. Wow. And that's the problem that I'm having with, because this ain't no just YouTube. This is real life. You telling people I done got baptized for a plague, and it's okay. She come back and say, okay, I don't believe that. It's the simple fact that the shit came out your mouth, man. Like, am I forgiving? Yes. Does it take time to heal and forgive? Yes. And I'm pretty sure
that's some harsh stuff to do, right? A person's on their spiritual journey, and you go ahead and tell them that you're not supporting their activity. That hurts. And those kind of actions resonate with a person, and it could lead them to not trusting you any further. That's the reason why somebody would want to exit from being around you.
feel the same way because I went the fuck up on her ass last night, right? I don't expect nobody just to forgive me overnight. I don't expect nobody to just believe I'm innocent. But it's like, if we gonna call out the shit, let's all tell it all. But they don't want to do it. They want to hide, lie, manipulate, and act like they so fucking innocent, and so do Blue. And I don't have time for it. You throw rocks and you hide your funky ass hand, and then you get on here and cry and play victim, and in real life I will hit you in your shit just for playing with me like that.
Yep. Wow. This is Bam MO. Bam used to be cool with Faith. In the end, she was only cool with JJ because she flipped on Faith because Faith told the truth on her.
Bam picked a side and y'all picked a side. Pretty much how it goes in the YouTube streets. If people split up, people pick sides, It's bad, but it's true. And sometimes you're forced to pick sides.
Yeah, sometimes you are forced to pick sides because you need to be able to do that at times. You need to say, here's where I am, and here's where I am not. Here's what I stand for. Here's what I do not stand for. So, yeah, that happens.
Because people will push your hand. So, but this manipulation thing, I'm not going to let this play much longer.
Bam was cool with Miss
You're not going to let it play much longer. It's just real facts being kicked. This is what happens. This is part of the environment that we find ourselves in.
Miss Terry over there hiding in a whole motherfucking sector, probably because Bam scammed her some motherfucking way, and she don't want to show her face no more. She done cut Bam off. Bam was in the Bam.
And wasn't Miss Terry was in Bam's live today for her birthday? Her and Miss Terry, her and Mama Terry talk all the time.
Now they just make these motherfuckers into being Mama Terry. But then you're gonna tell us that that Miss Tawana is an old lady, but you calling somebody like, I need y'all to stop. If it ain't your mama, I'm gonna need you to stop trying to claim mamas up here. Man, bye. I really can't. And whose birthday was it? Was it the Mama Terry's birthday or was it the Bam's birthday? I'm just asking for, I'm asking for my own clarity. Because if it was that lady's birthday and she been missing for a minute and then she just showed out because it was her birthday, man, go find the people in your real life that are around you. You don't need to come back to the YouTube for your birthday. Are you kidding me? That sounds weird. Go hang out with the real people in your real life. Unless y'all got super chats and it was one of those moments.
They keep going through the same thing. All of them just alike, but they keep falling out with Bam right in the middle with some bullshit.
Oh wait, let me add on that. You see the Lovely and Bam thing? That could be you. That could be fucking you.
Exactly why blocked. I'm not. No, that's toxic. No. Only person you fight, I feel like only person you should fight like that with your partner when y'all. Me and my husband are in our 30s. Okay, we don't do all this weird shit no more. Okay, we good. It ain't nothing weird going on in my real life. This the only weird back and forth bullshit. No, hell no, it's weird. I personally feel like I'm too old for all this shit. I have 4 fucking children. No, in and out. I did all that shit in my 20s with my real friend. And them lesbian bitches that don't talk to them no more. Me and my best friend, we don't get into no back and forth.
Now you see what she's saying? She did that stuff with her real friend. She wasn't expecting to come into the cyberspace, the digital platform, and have to have the same kind of shiz happening in that kind of space. But let me tell you something. Just a word of advice, a cautionary tale. That happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. When you commingle the different spaces, you have to set clear boundaries for what you're going to do on the YouTube and what you're going to do in your real life, and don't let them intersect. You have to disconnect your real life from the YouTube. They can't coexist. And the channels that are out here with their real life on here are not interacting with the YouTubers. They're not interacting with the chat. They're really not. The people that are walking you through their whole life, they ain't trying to be friends and acquaintances with the chat members. They're leaving the chatters in the chat. They're not bringing them home with them. That's the reality of the platform, or it's a social space reality.
Thank you. That's shit you do when you young and stupid and just fucking
young. Yeah. And that's real talk.
For this shit.
And that's real talk. If you ain't going through it with your real friends, damn sure don't go through it with these motherfuckers here on YouTube. I don't give a fuck what, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't give a fuck what nobody knows about Tawana. John Frank, Gears, Carla, or anybody else. You ain't gonna hold it over my motherfucking head. You can go.
Wait a motherfucking minute.
This one sound like she knows something. Y'all think she knows something right now? Because she like, wait a mother freaking minute. You think this gonna be a bombshell? You think she gonna drop us a bomb? You think she gonna drop us a bomb? Let's see if she's gonna drop us a bomb.
Wait a mother fucking bitch. Don't you hold everything that Bam does over her head? Don't you hold everything that I do and say over my head? Don't you dig into motherfuckers' real fucking life? Didn't you record my grandson to hold what he said over my head? The fuck you mean if somebody find out your life, they not gonna hold it over your head? So you can dig into other people's lives, insert yourself into other people's platforms and shit, make their shit about you, and you say that you ain't nobody gonna hold your shit over your head. What makes you so special, Tawanda? Huh? What makes you so fucking special, bitch?
Sound like she got some boundaries that she established. I'm just saying, it sounds like she established some boundaries. And she was about to tell you about them when you paused it. Because she put out a whole list of people. But we'll find out whenever you replay it. Whenever you restart it.
That's what I want to know. Teeth motherfucker over there. I know I keep on saying the wrong goddamn name. I know it.
Oh my goodness. It just came to me. I had an epiphany. You turned off the chat. Yo, do I be over there chatting in the middle of the... Let me find out you hiding because you took in some squatters and now you don't want to be communicating with the squatters. Let me find out. Girl, bye.
Hold on, y'all.
Go ahead and say whatever the fuck you want to say about me. Ain't no motherfucking body on YouTube can do nothing about it, can fix my problems.
Imagine. That's why we got a saying over in the cemetery: no new friends. Man, you turned off your whole chat because you didn't want to be speaking to the man, girl. Who the puss now? Who's afraid of the big bad joke? Let me find out. Let me find out. It's looking, if it smells like a duck and it walks like a duck and it's acting like a duck, it might just be a duck. Are you serious right now? Is that what happened? Was I have to turn off my chat because the people that I adopted or I took under my wings, or providing nurture, shelter in place, whatever you want to call it, you now afraid of them. They got you turning off your chat to keep them out. Is that the solution? We just need turning off our chats to keep out the people that we don't want to associate with. There's a block feature. Oh my goodness. But if you block them, then you won't be able to see what they're saying, but everybody else will be able to communicate with them because YouTube just lets people stay around. Oh, I digress.
Well, help me with them. So I don't give a fuck what what I done told somebody and they got to say. And that's the attitude that you need. I wouldn't give a fuck what nobody out here got to say. Fuck them. Bam is just a raggedy. The biggest mistake, like John say, is that some of y'all had real hearts and y'all thought that y'all had some friendships, and some of the motherfuckers have always been scammers before you even came along. And you just finding out about it.
Wow.
UP look like she been doing the same shit because you can find 1,000 people with her background when she been doing the same shit. Her baiting them, that's what they do.
And I can find 1,000 people in your background that you done some shit too. And God done been sent so many motherfucking YouTube videos and shit.
It wasn't some shit she said. She said the same shit. See, anybody can find some shit that somebody did, but she said to find the same shit. That pattern of behavior. See, another thing about being a good listener is you
about your ass jumping on panels and getting into shit, beefing with motherfuckers and people. Problems with your black ass, bitch. The fuck? Everybody got bodies on these YouTube shit. Everybody that does this kind of content got motherfucking bodies on these YouTube streets, bitch.
All right, so if everybody got bodies because they do this type of content, everybody got bodies. So what's the problem? It's bodies. The problem right now is that the cult community leader is down a member, and she's out. She done went into the rescue mode. She the lifesaver. Girl, bye.
Everybody got stories. The fuck? And you ain't gonna hold mine over my head, bitch. You ain't gonna hold Bam's over her head, bitch.
And you shouldn't be able to hold anybody over their head. If you got to stand it for yourself, that can't nobody hold any of your transgressions against you, then you've got to have the same kind of energy on the flip side of it. This selective outrage is crazy right now.
Get into it. The fuck into it. Bitch.
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube hustle. And then you come along.
Wow.
Coming just to have fun, for lack of a better word, green to YouTube. Green to YouTube.
Yeah, with lies and
But this bitch is acting like she's so fucking brand new. That bitch was a motherfucking sipper, hoe. That bitch would hop down in my motherfucking comment section.
Okay, I am confused. Who was a sipper? I'm so confused right now. I'm confused. Because if somebody was a sipper and then they came and joined forces with you, you already knew you didn't like them when they was. Who was a sipper? Oh, Vaughn, run, baby, run. What was that movie? Get out. Get out. Get out while you can. Now here come Monica with that spider and the fly and the web. Girl, you only got, I don't know what it is you got stuck on there. Maybe it's a little, what they got, what flies got little legs, little tailons, whatever. You got one of them little legs up there stuck on it's barely touching the spider web. Go, run. Oh, this is oh my goodness. Oh.
Like a goddamn teeny weeny chihuahua biting at your motherfucking ankles every motherfucking chance she get. Ain't shit green about that bitch. That bitch hit my motherfucking link and drugged motherfucking Truth Hurts and Flexi. Then went live and drugged they asses by her motherfucking self. Ain't shit green about that bitch.
And you admired her for that? And that began the relationship. Oh, wow. Are you sure that's who she talking about? Oh, my. Oh, goodness. Oh, gracious. Wasn't, oh, man. Didn't other people around her have the same kind of storyline? They once was together and then everybody turned against her and then you came over there and picked her up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Oh, it's the deja vu for me.
Fuck out of here. You sitting up in here and trying to make her turn her into this innocent little baby Von bitch. We know that hoe. Fuck wrong with you.
This is one of those moments when I gotta ask the church family if there's anybody who hasn't identified the snake by now. I'm gonna need you to understand. Now I'm only speaking to one person. If a person, this person in particular, the cult community leader, hated you from the start, she's always gonna hate you. She is always going to hate you. There has been and I'm gonna use that word, a pattern of this happening. This is not no new shit. This is some true shit. This is a consistent. This is consistent. Okay, if she once disliked you and now she's loving on you, oh, be careful. Oh, man. I don't have no opinion on who should be with whom. I'm only speaking on what we have seen occurred. If this applies, well, let me put it this way. If this don't apply, let it fly.
Innocent little. You green. You YouTube green. Get the fuck out of here. That bitch been in this shit for years. You see how that bitch be talking behind the scenes? You see that bitch everywhere? Bitch know every goddamn body, just like Anaya. The fuck out of here. That's a vet. You sitting on a goddamn panel with a motherfucking veteran, trying to act like a goddamn baby. Fuck out of here, bitch.
All types of stuff. It's like don't nobody want to deal with that.
Bam over in other communities doing scam shit. I'm telling you, when that scam came out about her father and they tried to make it, and she
Miss Tawana, how old is that? How old is the scam with the father?
So in our world, right? Because you over here listening to our world, we call it hashtag background. And sometimes the background just comes back. It just keeps backgrounding, right? Because it's a fact. It's not an opinion. It don't get to change. It's a fact. Now, the only reason I could step all up in this because when Bam was being live streamed over there, I was in Bam's chat. This is factoids. Let me put some facts on some stuff. I know her. I didn't know her. This is around the time of the funeral of the mama. Okay. This chick was up in here, up in there. And Mo came in. Hey, how you doing, Bamsicle? How you doing? How you doing, young lady? What's going down? Boom, 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 boom. Only to find out that this other dude was somewhere else streaming her at the same time. She had some dude up there. It it wasn't working for me. So then I went to the guy's chat while they were live streaming and discovered that he was on his own live stream, streaming her and the stuff he was talking to her about. And I don't even know what to call the guy, so I'm just gonna call him by his YouTube government. Huggy Pacino was up in there feeding the guy the information. There was a whole nother room going on. I ran out of breath. I ran back over there to tell Bam that she was being simulblasted in this other man's chat, and that dude was making a fool of her on that panel. There's a factual story. Now you're going to try to tell people to let it go. How do you let a fact go? Oh, because it's shaming her. Let's find out what that is. In and of itself is factual. What happened?
Mr. Wana. His father's name since then, Mr. Wana. That's what I want to know. Is it more than it's got to be more than 2 years old, Mr. Wana? Because I've been.
So there's a statute of limitations on scamming and bamming. Scamming. Is there a statute of limitations on that? Who's making up these rules inside the digital space? Who is setting these standards? Only in digital space, and expect you to play along with them. Who is changing the standards?
We're banned for more than 2 years. Mr. Wana, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Until Bam does another scam like that, you gotta let that shit go. That pattern might.
Well, damn, how many family members do she have? Damn. So can you tell us how many she got left so we can anticipate where it could come from? I mean, because you can only kill a mama once. You can only kill a papa once. Can you kill him? Like, what's going on here?
Broken. Whatever happened or whatever was done, that might just be over. It's been 2+ years. Vaughn ain't been able to get a year without coming outside and dragging somebody for.
All right. Now let me just say this, right? Because if the woman has turned over a new leaf, I hope that she has. But I don't really see it because I remember her coming in my room. Hey, Monica, I apologize to you. Can I use your content? Da 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 da. And I remember being on a panel with her. And she up there talking about, yeah, I don't got no problem with you. I don't got no issue with you. And I was like, okay, listen, keep that same energy because I know you're going to revert back. See, I don't fall for it. I already know it. So I'm believing her the first time, and any time thereafter, I'm basing it on the first time. Because, see, I wasn't in love with her. She wasn't my butterfly. I didn't make nothing out of her.
Not even 1 fucking year. Too Strong ain't been able to go a year without doxing families and just these loved ones.
And she was out here fucking with people because I was on a panel recently with Karen on Karen's panel when Bam was contacting Joy while we was all on the panel together. And she was all texting her and everything. Trying to be a messy boots. And something that ain't had nothing to do with her. Yeah, I definitely know about it, heard about it, and ain't nothing changed. And I let Karen know about it in real time. It's not something that came out behind the time. You know, you got to watch these people when they playing in your face. That's when you start taking notes and comparing situations.
Coming after somebody's family. She ain't had a year. She a year. Bam done been 2 years and she ain't done none of the shit that y'all said she was gonna do. She got a better track record than them bitches. Way better.
She came out here and tried to make it about some.
Did she say track records or did she say track? I'm just trying to, I got confused in the drug speech. All right, I'm just saying.
Was going to dox her father. She was in at least 2 communities.
Oh my God.
And had collected money with that same story. I know Snoop TV was one of them, and then it was this other little drunk dude that came out was saying he gave her some money, and she was over there in their group, and Huggy brought that dude to tell on her.
Mm-hmm. Shout out
Look,
to
and she's still lying about that situation because if you let her tell the story right now, she'll say, "Yeah, I did that to protect my father from getting doxxed." So until she leaves that part out of the story and just say, "I did it because I was trying to do some fucked up shit and I got caught."
Now I'm gonna tell you, John Frank, I agree with the community leader when she her response to this one, right? I agree with it. But I am gonna say this, right? Set your own boundaries. That's what it boils down to. What you're willing to live with, a next person may not be willing to live with. So set your own boundaries. John Frank uses this word consensus, which is a terminology people use when the group doesn't always agree with the final outcome, but everybody agrees that they're willing to live with whatever the resolution was, even though it wasn't their resolution in the first place. They may have voted against something or for something, but whichever way they all chose to proceed, they were all willing to live with it when you come to a consensus on something. That's what that word means. But it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody was in agreement or that they was for something or that they all was against it. It just means that whatever the final outcome is, they've all are willing to live with that decision.
You know what I'm saying? She keeps.
So not only do you even just own what you did, you got to own it the way that they want you to own it. You got to tell the story the way that they want you to tell it. Bam, say, yeah, I lied. My father was not deceased and I did collect money and I gave all the money back.
Okay, pause. How is all of that is a fact? She lied. He wasn't deceased. She collected money and she gave it back. What are they asking her to modify in that story? Those are all the facts of what happened. Oh, what is it? He wants her to say that that's what she did instead of saying that I did it because of this reason. He's saying to her, I want you to stop making excuses for why you did it and saying it was this. You did it because you was a junkie. Call it what it needs to be called on. You took the money from Tuesday and you returned it on Wednesday. You did what you always did.
She owned it. This motherfucker say, she gotta own it the way I say she gotta own it. As long as she's saying it this way, we ain't gonna give her a pass on that one. We gonna.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He in his what his boundaries are for her in that situation. His boundaries are to be held accountable for what she did. Just because your boundaries is something else, that's your opinion. This is a fine example of being a cult environment. You're going to tell him that the way he sees it is wrong because it's not the way you see it, and he must do it your way. What makes your statement any better than his? It's the same shit. You can only control your own actions. You cannot manifest your beliefs onto somebody else. We don't have that divine intervention in this society. All right. And even if we did, you don't have it on this platform, in this kind of space, in this social environment.
Talk about it all the time. No, you don't talk about it all the time because that's what you want to do. That's all you got.
No, I think they got other examples of her being grimy for some money. But I just think it's the most egregious one because you put somebody in the ground, right? Remember, I call Karen refers to him as a cemetery, right? This is how the name evolves. This is playing around with themes relating to death. And then people want to know why you call it a cemetery. They did games like this, scams like this. This is what happened. So that's how we got the name. See the origins, all alignment.
I'm about to fall asleep, but I was trying to get to this part where Mr. Juan said something about Vaughn not doing spiritual.
Why you ain't get to that part first? I'm just saying.
On her channel. Hold on.
No, it's because you keep taking
That
all
was
these
crazy.
breaks.
So, and then she did it to protect her father when that was never the case. So therefore, she's lying to this day.
Apologize in private about calling my grandmother, and I still let that shit go.
She's good at fake apologies and being fake sincere and trying
So see, they said Bam apologized for what she did to Vaughn. And Vaughn said you apologized in private, and I still let that shit go because you were supposed to let it go. Because she apologized and you accepted her apology. But now I get
Okay. These apology mongers, they be killing me. Is this another one of these examples where you set the rules up for apologies? She apologized. You're supposed to accept her apology. Stop. Pause. I want to tell everybody, just because somebody apologized to you doesn't mean you have to accept it. And when you're on your spiritual journey, people will apologize to you because they want to prove to you that the Jesus you're serving ain't right. So they gonna come and challenge your apologies while you're on your path because they're challenging your Christ, your belief in Christ. They're gonna come back to get at you with that apology. That is rule number one when you're going through the path. People will come and apologize to you because they're ready to challenge your conviction. Ask anybody been through the struggle. Ask anybody that's been shedding the past from them. When they take their old friends and get rid of them, the first thing that comes is that challenge of the apology. It's there. If you ain't never been on your spiritual walk, I'm speaking to the church folks now. If you ain't never been on your spiritual walk, you understand what that young lady is going through because it is there. It is there. It is a tool. The devil is always busy saying, get a step behind. We know these old tricks. Who else but to tell you about them but somebody that practices in those same beliefs? Mm, mm. If I'm speaking to your spirit, just let it know. Let it be known.
that's null and void. Can't win for losing. An apology, you're still gonna throw it up in your face. So it makes no sense to apologize.
manipulate and make somebody
That's
think that
why.
she's down with them and stuff like that.
But for the record, I didn't apologize to Vaughn for anything. I didn't feel as though I owed her an apology. She apologized to me. Fun fact.
What makes it some fun? What makes it a fun fact? It's because you're gonna play in it. She apologized to me. I didn't apologize to her. Again, this is a woman that you can tell her that you got your own way of doing things, and she want to tell you about her. She ain't up there. She ain't on your level yet. That's what that means. I mean, I know I'm not speaking to Vaughn's because she's not in this crowd right now, but I do know I'm speaking to a Vaughn's like spirit. This is what happens to people like her, this cult community leader. Once you rise above her level, that means that your behavior is acting more mature, more defined, more empowered than hers, she's gonna do everything to bring you back down to her level because she ain't ready for it yet. And maybe your path, you on the right one. It's just your right path. It's the right path for you right now. And here's somebody trying to get you off of that path. Right now, they acting like you lost inside the forest or somewhere, or you pulled over because you ain't got directions to where you going. But you got directions to where you going. It's somewhere different than here. It's somewhere different than where you've been. Once you go, especially when you get baptized, once you get baptized, all you can do after that moment is see something with your eyes open. Remember when Adam, I gotta take y'all back to scripture now. Please forgive me, but I gotta take you there because it's on my heart. Adam and Eve, they sitting up here. Most of you know this story, right? What had happened to them, right? They was running around this world naked. They was naked. They was running through here. Nobody was covered up. They was just, they was just like the animals. Until they ate the fruit from the tree of good and evil. Or was it the wisdom tree? Don't quote me on the tree. I don't feel like going to get my book. But guess what? They had the fruit from where they wasn't supposed to have the fruit from. And the minute that they had that fruit, they felt naked. It wasn't because they had the old powerful spirit of seeing what they were told by the serpent they would see. They would be like God. They would be godlike. They was already godlike before they ate that. They became what sin was. That's the same thing happening here. You get to see people once you've been baptized. You get to see them and hear them in the spirit. It's so refreshing and so opening. But a lot of people don't understand what that's about or what that looks like because they haven't been down that journey. The tree of knowledge of good and evil. Thank you for correcting me. I got hit by that car and some of that stuff going in and out. But it's one of the this is even from my years of growing up as a child, walking around as a Jehovah's Witness, trying to spread word to folks. All I can tell you is that when you're on your path, it's your path. And people are going to come in that path to destroy you from getting there. But we all know no one makes it to the Father unless he goes through the whom. All right. Y'all just resonate with that for a moment. Let me go on. Let me hear from the devil.
I had this whole crew. They was called the hoses. They used to ride around like they was on a bus. She had a whole group of females just like she is now. They was all cool. And then one day, Huggy popping the line because they done caught Bam in another scam alive with a whole group of other friends. This
money and stuff with Bam. When I went off on her, and I'm like, Bam, y'all just swear it's all.
See, she want to bypass that. And you know why she want to bypass that? Because when the people in the cemetery were going over there forewarning people, singing the alarm that, hey, Bam has ended in your neighborhood. And here's what she does when she gets in those neighborhoods. They wasn't ready for that message because it was a sincere message of warning. But when people don't want to hear the warning, right? Remember Noah and the ark? Let's just go back to the Bible. Remember Noah and the ark? He was sitting there building that ark. Oh, building that ark. I guess I'm just going to live in Genesis for right now. But he was up there because it's the beginning. He was building that ark. Everybody's looking at him in the town. Look at this fool building that ark. How you going to get in the ark with us? Nah, that's all right. I ain't going over there. I ain't going over there. The waters came. They was all at the ark. Banging. Hey, Noah, let me in. Throw one of them sheets out. Let us in. Let us in. Here no more. Watch out when they building these arcs and stuff. Continue on your journey. Continue on your journey. Continue on your journey. That is the truth of the matter.
Wait a minute. Been going on. Jaja over there hanging out with them, but Jaja know them damn stories too. And Jaja has seen the change in Bam. Jaja is telling the truth about Bam. She's not consumed with hatred for her. You guys are consumed with hatred for Bam. You cannot see past your hatred.
All in it.
Or they cannot see past the fact.
And that's why I say when it came to all that money stuff with Bam, you know, when I went off on her, I'm like, Bam will always get me money. And that's the truth. I ain't gonna never front like Bam ain't look out for me like you know, like a real friend. You know, that's just the truth. But then it's like you got these same people that's over there in the chat talking about, oh, Von this and Von that. Y'all was telling me, I got screenshots of Bam saying she hungry, constantly begging.
But you don't have that from you, though. You again. Inserting yourself in something that somebody else has provided you about Bam. Because Miss Mimi talked about that or whatever. I don't know who talked about it. But the thing about it is you might have screenshots from a lot of people or multiple people. What did Bam, who was Bam to you? You said Bam was a good friend and she gave you money. Now you're attacking her.
I think that Bam relationship was a little bit more sound for her than just somebody who was giving her money. I think it was something else. You said it earlier. Oh, goodness. When you said Bam didn't care that she was collateral damage for what Bam was doing. Do you think somebody's going to forget about that overnight? Like sometimes you can see a person mistreating you. You can feel that the person has mistreated you, but you're not in the position at that moment to depart from that person's ways. But when the day comes that you can, you get out of it. You don't know, nor do I know, what was the extent of why she feels the way she feels today in 2025, June 30th, 2025, about someone. It's not your right to infringe on that and supplant your thought processes in her transition. It's not your fight. If them two young ladies had a good relationship that went south, it's for them to procure it. I remember once Karen saying to me, hey, the community came between your relationship between this person and you, and y'all allowed it to happen. That's unfortunate. It's the same thing everywhere you turn. People are always trying to destroy other people's relationships, but they only get to do that if you allow them, and they only get to be successful in it if the relationship wasn't shit in the first place. We all can think that we got something in somebody, only to later find out when bad day comes that they wasn't shit at all, just fucking shitty. They ain't mean a goddamn thing to you. They didn't give a fuck about you. They really didn't. Because if they did, at this moment, when the challenge is before you, you would stand the fuck up. They could not come in and separate that. If you stood on that was a good relationship for me, nobody could destroy that.
Sad, sad. That's why I'm so disappointed in you.
Again, people putting her on the block list for 3 or 4 months. Like, y'all can kiss my ass. Like, stop acting like I was the only person talking shit and feeling some type of way. Because it wasn't just me.
With us telling, remember when I went on UP's panel, before she did it, she still did it.
John Frank.
That goes to show you she can't.
That's true. People don't mess with Bam. And I believe Too Strong when Too Strong say, but like I told Too Strong, and like I told UP, okay, y'all was all talking, and UP can't, she's not accountable for shit. I'm like, UP, okay.
I played this
you was talking shit, y'all was talking about us. No, I was not talking about you, Von. It was Too Strong.
Yeah, you played that part already all the way in the beginning of the shit, and you back at it now. So you just went back. Man, I can't stand you people and how y'all be cutting up people videos and stuff.
She could never just say yes, Von. I mean, y'all were friends, y'all was cool. It couldn't have just been if Too Strong said something about me, so you was because she felt comfortable. Y'all.
She never said anything negative, though. I told you that earlier.
You know me. Y'all been knowing each other for 5 years. You think I'm stupid? Like,
Yeah, and even with that, you can see where UP is constantly lying, like Sakina. I ain't talked to Sakina.
Okay, we played this part. I need to get to the part where she
yeah, you do
talking about the church. I mean, saying something about the church.
I see you, my fucking ass, dude. I see you when you coming.
You gotta get to the church part. You know why? I know why too. Let's find out.
I pray that I see you when you coming, so I don't have to go through this shit right here. You gotta learn how to cut motherfuckers off and see them for who they are. Only friend you need is your husband and your kids and your family. You don't need these people on YouTube. Stop plucking interest at heart.
No, you meant that for something else, but I'm putting it there for what Miss Tawana just said. You don't need none of these people on the internet. You need just, in the words of Monica Mo Justice, God first, family, and then your career, in that order.
That's the part that I don't get. Stop trying to make these motherfuckers out to be what they not. They're telling you, and you trying to tell them otherwise.
Wow.
No, Blue ain't shit. She's a little old lady that's following around everybody else, being messy. Bam ain't shit. She older than you, should be a big sister and give.
I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this in response to Amber's statement. I think that the cult community leader has met her match in a lot of folks. And when she can't beat them, she tries to make them join her. I played for y'all recently a video with somebody that I thought could slay the shit out of that woman. And we all know how that story is playing itself out now. She will do whatever it is to break somebody down, to humble themselves to her. I hope and pray that there will be somebody one day who will not go. Who will not go. I think she knows who those people are. She's identified her challenges. I know one thing, she don't mess with KK.
Some kind of guy. But you trying to Bam been trying to stick it to you forever. Because even on UP, when y'all got best friends, you and Bam got friends because UP was on a mission. UP got already hurt. You didn't already burn me. I'm not gonna keep first time shame on him. It's been more than once. So then shame on you, Vaughn. Real talk.
How'd she get backwards in the shit? I just can't.
Oh.
Because it ain't nothing that you've done out here to make them want to just keep coming at you, make them want to put your business out here, make them want to pull texts out and do all. It's nothing y'all have done or said has been equivalent to the shit that they.
I want you to know, Wanda, Blue hasn't pulled any texts out on Vaughn, nor has she threatened to do that. Vaughn, the text that I played on my live that we played on Bam's live, Vaughn put them out here. Vaughn put them out. How would we get Anaya and Vaughn's text messages unless we got them from Vaughn? She put them out here on YouTube. In the video, I was playing it. You can see it comes from her channel. So nobody did anything to Vaughn. Vaughn is playing the victim because she wants to come for Blue.
they doing?
Yeah, Vaughn, after the first time, it's their fault. After the second time or third time, eventually it's your fault. You can't keep doing the same thing.
Wow.
You get me? That's all. That pattern, bro. That pattern is hard to get out of. I talk about the pattern every year, once a year, strongly. It's hard to break out of the pattern. Yo.
Not
Pattern
in
get a hold of
patterns.
you,
Not
don't
in
let you out.
patterns.
Always want you to go back and start doing shit that you genuinely don't want to.
Yeah, now they saying patterns. You know why? Because it's a pattern for you. So they just speaking your language. They want to make sure you understand that they in tune.
Wow.
That's the pattern. Pattern is vicious.
Listen to Mr.
It's hard to break the pattern. But if you can break the pattern, ooh, you'll be strong.
I mean, UP wasn't even going live. Something one day, you apologize to me. They say you started the shit. But what it is that I seen is that you publicly apologized to us. That when UP came back out here, going live after that, and the bitch been live every. That's not true. I did not go live after that live. I didn't even know about that live.
So how you know what the make this make sense?
I did not. I went live after Ron went live, going in on me and Bam, having a problem with the motherfucking community wall that I posted for Bam. Stop lying, bitch. Stop lying. I went live about Joy too.
That's why you came back out here. You went live about. That's exactly why you came back out here. Two, because at that moment you had been away for whatever reasons that you want us to now believe that you was away, right? But you had been away, and you even told me, you said, "Hey, Mo, if you gonna say something about me, tag me so I know at least when I'm away." Girl, nobody know you was away, but when you came back, you had to revitalize some old shit to get some new shit started. Everybody else was cleaned up, dusting off or whatever, and you came back on some old shit, starting some old problems. Looking to satisfy yourself, self-gratification.
Every day, 2-3 times on her panel with somebody else's every since.
And you don't have to watch me and
And
anybody.
these last couple of months, she had shit to go on. Probably was driving her ass insane.
She was already mad, Miss Tawana. She was already coming up with narratives. The Christians are about to attack me, and
girl, I had lost my son. I wasn't going because my son was in intensive care. And you know that. This bitch is sick.
Well, let the record reflect over here. I don't know none of this shit.
This bitch is sick.
And well, what else was she saying?
Vaughn gave all my information. Yo, listen, Vaughn definitely fucked up to come back to us. She made it seem like you had to debrief. Like you had to bring all these things. Over here, we don't do like that so people can see it for what it is. We don't do shit like that. We'll be like, what you got on them? Let us get.
Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. I can literally go to a clip of you asking for information from Vaughn when she was when she was with Too Strong. I could
literally go to a clip where you was asking people if I had any assets. I'm just saying, and this is when you came back from whatever disappearing act you did.
To a whole motherfucking live stream that I have downloaded. Get the fuck out of here. Stop lying.
Yeah, now we straight. Now
reached out to me. She reached out to me. I was fully prepared to be out here into with every fucking body and their mama.
But do you see the motive though? She hates Too Strong so much, like JJ hates Straight Drop, right? So everything with her.
What? Too Strong hates me. I'm not the one coming after Too Strong's family. Too Strong hates me. I don't hate anybody.
Allegedly.
Anybody. Not even her evil ass.
Well, do that agape thing right now. This would be a good time to do that agape thing. You know, when you say that.
It's Too Strong's fault. So I understand when Too Strong likes you and she sees that you like Too Strong and she sees that she could stop you from being cool with her, right? That's what she's gonna do.
I don't want to stop Vaughn from being cool with her. I don't want Vaughn back over on my channel, so I don't care who Vaughn is cool with.
She's gonna see that. She's gonna see when y'all fight, and she's gonna make sure she's there to comfort you, because that's.
Pause. If you don't want to, so what is the purpose of this shit? If you don't want the woman nowhere near you ever again, what is the purpose of, man, girl, bye.
Accepted person does.
That won't happen.
You know what I'm saying? Like she had the accepted part.
Yeah.
She know that. Remember when you was.
So aren't you comforting her now after dragging her whole fucking family?
I'm so sick.
Aren't you providing her comfort and a soft place to land now because she's dragging me and Bam?
Oh, well.
Are you being a Decepticon, sir?
No.
Is that the role that you're playing?
Who cares?
Let me know.
No one cares.
First, and you didn't want to be on the panel with me. Them. She's like, look, they're making her be cool with them. She's playing on to how you felt about that situation. And she wants you with Too Strong. As long as you weren't with Too Strong, you was good. So she was willing to forgive whatever you went through with her, as long as you didn't link up with Too Strong. And then J4K too. Because J4K. You got to see the motive in the.
He said Too Strong was trying to put her with J4K. Interesting.
Play. Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, when
this is what happens when y'all try to have mergers and acquisitions. This that shit that happens when you try to have mergers and acquisitions.
Bam was popping the midnight lives that you haven't seen that she was doing on you. Some of them disappeared because you people let her go live and talk the shit, and then you people be like, Bam, we ain't gonna do this, and get Bam to take them down, and or she'll be aware of them. And they.
That's not true. I don't tell Bam when to go live, whether or not she can go live, and half the time I don't even know that Bam is going live. Sorry, wrong again.
They were the only person. I'm not gonna bring her name up.
Didn't we just see a whole stream transition from being on your live stream to Bam's live stream so that y'all can have a chat, because you can't have a chat because you ain't paid for the StreamYard, nor did you pay for the premium or set up your prepaid account to do the YouTube premium. So you had commercials running through the last one and stuff like that. You ain't have commercials running through this one, thank goodness. But you know, isn't that the story you had said? Like, I'm just trying to make sure I keep up with the lies.
They were like, oh, we was crying behind the scenes. UP, I know Bam hit the okay, I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. I know UP is more skilled with her bullshit, right? I ain't gonna even hold you. Bam went right on the panel, was like,
yeah, these skills are that old lady shit. This them old lady moments. This the old lady thing right here. Them old lady skills.
What she get. That's what she get, right? When all that was going on, now we was crying behind the scenes for Vaughn. Mika wasn't fucking crying with me. Mika was like, shit, you did this. All that shit she trying to tell y'all, like, oh, they just felt so sorry for me. She's lying.
You ain't gotta tell us, we already know.
Me and Mika would get into it. Because I'd be like, well, how? And I'm like, what? I thought we was all cool. Me, you, and Too Strong, and another person was on the phone together. I'm sorry. The only person that called me and told me that they felt bad or some type of way was Truth Kid. That was the only fucking person. You people lying and manipulating.
Lying and manipulating about what? I
wasn't. Like, oh, this all your fault.
You give that lady more credit than she deserves. You feel me? She's just a deceptive lady. That's it. She's not really, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Big Von LaBoo. Oh, I just beat that. That's the one you got to change your name now. Tawana LaBoo.
I like Tawana LaBoo. That's cute.
Tawana LaBoo. Tawana LaBoo. But yeah, Bars, you look, and I want to say, you can get a channel popping and going. Listen, I think that you can do it. And you said, and I'm
listen to this. This is the part I've been waiting for.
Then it's the part you should have started with. Damn it.
And when I play this part, I'm going to get me 2 hours of sleep.
Well, I'm glad that somebody got some fucking sleep down here because this shit is crazy right here. You was up for this. This what you was up for? You was up all night to get to this part right here. You said all of this shit to get to this right here. Let's see how important that was that you risked your sleep for this shit.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. Anything that's positive, it burns slow. It take a long time for those channels to catch on or to go unless they came with the people. And I mean that when you're talking about stuff like the gospel and different stuff like that. And then you got to understand that a lot of people have a bunch of different religions, so they're not as in tune as you are. But if you were to get on a different kind of ground or get on something else or find a different way to teach it, what it is that I'm saying is that you got a really good personality.
Did you hear her? She told this girl, your religious stuff, your Christian stuff, it ain't gonna help your channel.
Is that what she told her? Is that what you want to say to her? Is that what you heard? This is your opinion again of what was being said to her. But this is what you do to try to reinforce your thoughts amongst your following. Everyone can hear what the woman said and make a determination for themselves what it meant. But more importantly, the person that was being spoken to is the only person that gets to determine what that meant.
You got to get on to something else if you want your channel to grow.
I think what one is trying to say, and let me just say, when you change your genre, right, you're stuck here with the same audience. If the audience doesn't appreciate your genre, it's going to be a slow bleed till you get there. That is what she's saying. And the reality for all of us is the same. I want to grow and talk about our court cases. I'm not going to be able to do it with the 45 people in my room at the present time. I will probably only be able to do it with 9 people because 9 people are committed to my journey. Not the 45 that are here right now. The 45 are interested in what I'm speaking about right now. This is what resonates with them right now. So what Miss Swana is saying to the young lady is, when you change your direction, until the time you change your audience and your audience is of that nature that wants what your new change is, it's going to be a slow travel. That's how I interpreted it. And I'm sure that many others will hear this and they will interpret it their way. And guess what? That is the beauty of freedom of speech. That is the beauty of being an independent thinker. That is the beauty of critical thinking. That is all the beauty of being free. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty that one is free at last. That's the price of freedom, to have choices. No one has to go by your only translation of the same thing that all of us heard.
I got to play that again before I go to sleep because I couldn't believe that woman said that.
Anything that's positive, it burns slow. It take a long time for those channels to catch on or to go unless they came with the people. And I mean that when you're talking about stuff like the gospel and different. So they're not as in tune as you are. But if you were to get on a different kind of ground or get on something else or find a different way to teach it, what it is that I'm saying is that you got a really good personality. You talk really good on your lives. You articulate really well, Bonds. You can get a monetized channel and do well.
And on that note, that's how I'm going to end this live stream because I think that was a positive message. And anybody that makes negativity out of it is doing it for their own self-serving purposes. So I'm glad that she took the time to replay it. Go back to that last minute and figure it out for yourself. Don't let people be on here dictating to you what it is that you're hearing. Go listen to it for yourself and interpret it for yourself and apply it it as you deem appropriate. At this moment, Mo is getting up out of here.